Yo, 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 what's going on at the fight? Well, this your boy Money back with another one, man, and we back live, family. Give me 1 second, hit that screen, and your boy is back after 3 whole fucking months. After 3 whole months, they got your boy back, man. Three whole months, they got your boy back, man. But it feel good to be back on live, family. We gonna talk that trio. That trio. There's nothing about that, nothing but that trio. Macadon one, what's going down, Brody? They done freed your boy, Mac. You hear me? They done freed your boy, dog. I'm back in the game, bro. My bro, Chestnut, what's going down, Chest? They didn't let me back. They didn't let me back. We coming back with a statement, bro. We coming back with a statement, Chest. Yeah, we gotta get back to it, dog. You can't see the title. We talk about look some of everything, man. I'm cook on Errol and Bud's situation. I'm talking about Canelo and his situation. I'm talking about Wilder. You know what I'm saying? What's next for Wilder? How they trying to play him? And I'm gonna talk about the 135-pound division. I mean, now we're gonna be here and there, everywhere, here and there and everywhere. You feel me? Let some people get up in the building though. Y'all hit that like button, shot come in, family. Smash that like button, shot come in, family. That boy is back. My brother Matthew Valentine, what's going down, champ? They done let me back in the game, champ. They done let me back in the game. Mike Ryan, what's going down, bro? Bro, is it just me, or do people rather Canelo versus Errol more than Errol versus Crawford? Because I'm getting sick of this top rank bullshit they got going on over there. Man, we already know. Lucia Johnson was going down, beautiful. My first time on your live money. Yeah, they just got it back. They just gave it back to me, Lucia. I was gone for 3 months, Queen, but now I'm back. I'm back to make a statement. I'm back to make a statement. Why you say you're bad, Macadon? What you do? What you apologizing for, champ? What you done done? Yeah, yeah. Y'all hit the like button, fam. This ain't my normal time, though. I normally go on at 8 p.m. tonight. Oh, always, Lucille. Always, Queen. Matter of fact, let me make sure I get you a wrench while you over here. Because you know you family now, so you most definitely getting a wrench. My brother Smooth Groove, so you knew I was going for hard through. Salute, my dude. You already know, Smooth. Lucille, moderator. Kind of loco. You get the moderation. What's going down, family? Hold on, why not? Is that the real Matthew Valentine? Why Matthew Valentine they got his lunch? Anyway, hold on, fam. Hey, Key, man, where your ass been at, man? Hey, Key, they didn't free me, dog. I had to jump on. You feel me, bro? I had to jump on, bro. I was waiting to see if your ass was gonna hit me up about going live too, dude. But you know we about to cook a little. Just waking up. I thought your ass probably would have been out moving and grooving. I said this nigga probably ain't fucking around today. Oh, it's all love, Macadam. When you come back in, I'm gonna wrench him up. I don't know why Matthew Valentine went wrenched up in the first place, though. Yeah, we'll get that taken care of. I seen your text. Hey, hey, Key. Hey, 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 Key. Hey. But hell yeah, though, bro. Uh, you already know, Smooth. You already know. Matter of fact, let me touch on that a little bit until you know I get ready to cook. Right, the dude punched, man. Right, and kind of loco, man. He crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? He crazy for bringing up that statement. He crazy for trying to use. He trying to use Latinos as a shield, bro. And that ain't cool. That ain't cool because I'm quite sure it's a lot of Latinos that don't feel no nothing how you feeling, bro. What he talking about, man. Brotherhood, you already know, man. What he talking about is straight. Like he trying to create diversity, bro. He trying to create diversity. You know what I mean? Like he got the nerves to say, he got the nerves to say that black folks want Latinos to bow down and say, y'all are the reason y'all are here in America. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, cut it out, man. Cut it out. Stormy B, man, what's going down, OG? Yep, I'm back, bro. But that's why I say I want to debate him. I want to debate him. It's so many people that want to debate him, bro. But it's like he was on D Jefferson yesterday, and they just babying him. They just babying him. You know what I'm saying? They just babying him, dog. I'm like, y'all sitting up here straight babying this man. You know what I mean? Y'all sitting up here straight babying this man. You know what I'm saying? Making all the excuses in the world on why he said what he said, right? Like they making all the excuses in the world, bro. Stormy B, thank you so much for the donation, big brother. I appreciate that. Much love, much appreciated. They making all the excuses in the world for this man, yo. Oh, I don't think he need to apologize, and he's saying this if that's what he feel. And I'm like, is y'all serious, bro? Y'all cannot be serious, dog. Y'all cannot be serious. And then D trying to protect them. If anybody say anything that's controversial, I'm kicking y'all out. When this man ain't doing nothing but being controversial. Big money, what's going down, bro? Man, D ain't no damn Puerto Rican, bro. I don't see no Puerto Rican in his ass. That motherfucker black. You hear me? You hear me? Brotherhood, he black. I don't want to hear no, my grams and this is boy, you black. Period. Man, KP, they didn't free the man. You hear me? But yeah, man, he did come on talking about, what I'm saying? Oh, and blood broke him down beautifully though. Oh, everybody got to struggle. Learn this struggle. Learn that struggle. Learn about everybody else struggle instead of your own. What the fuck you mean learn about everybody else struggle instead of our own when we still struggling? Who the fuck's trying to learn about another struggle when you in a struggle? You feel me? Who trying to learn about a struggle when you in a struggle, bro? Name me one person. Name me one race. First of all, name me one race. You did? So you telling me you want us to learn about this race struggle, and then you think they give a fuck about the black struggle? The way you talking, you don't give a fuck about the black struggle. You know what I mean? Like, get out of here with that shit, bro. Get out of here. Don't come to us with that bullshit, because now you fucking with the right ones. You understand me? You're really fucking with the right ones. When you want to try to come here and talk about the struggle and how hard people got it, ain't nobody got it worse than blacks. I don't care what nobody say. On no fucking planet. I mean, no continent and no country, nobody got it harder than blacks. You feel me? Then he got the nerve to try to say, and man, listen, I fuck with all Latinos, bro. All Latinos. My brother Brandon House. Hey, Brandon, come back as Matthew Valentine, bro, so I can rent you. I don't know why you want to rent stuff as Matthew Valentine anyway, bro. But ain't nobody got it worse than blacks, bro. You know what I mean? Then he want to say, oh, we in her. I mean, the person that's come over here from different nationality. I mean, from different Latino countries. Oh, they what the fuck you say? They inherited the black. They inherited the black struggle. They inherited the black struggle. No, it ain't our fault. It ain't our fault because y'all got melanin in y'all damn skin that they look at you as black. It ain't our fault, motherfucker. What we supposed to do about that? You know what I mean? What we supposed to do about that, bro? Like, man, D. Jeff said he African and he what? Man, I don't care what D say. Diaz is a black. He black. I don't want to hear him talking about he this, that, and all that other shit, motherfucker. Ask him what he put down on that motherfucking resume when he go sign for a job on the application. I ain't trying to hear none of that. We are the poster people for having it tough and having all odds against the people. Facts, bro. I'm talking about, like I tell them, when you look at us, you see 1,000 slave movies getting made back to back to back, getting our ass beat. Everything about us is documented. And I'm not saying no other race or nationality don't got it hard, because I do understand there's oppression everywhere. You know what I mean? Here, there, every fucking word. But don't get mad because we made it up out of our struggles, like we not still going through the struggles. Motherfucker, we have 400 years plus of this shit. Plus, motherfucker. So yeah, I ain't worrying about what he talking about. But Punch, he ain't gonna come over on a real channel. He ain't coming on a real channel. Even when they asked him should he apologize, and the things he said after that, bro. If they did their research, most of Spanish have exactly kind of loco. And that's what I'm saying, kind of loco, bro. We already know that we all connected. We know we connected, bro. We know we connected. And he want to use the notion of, oh, I'm half black and I'm half black and I'm half Latino. Well, if you have black, cause listen, I'm gonna let y'all know this. This how I knew when he was a sucker. He tried to get Super Sam Kennedy. What's going down, fam? He tried to get an interview with Wilder, bro. Right? He tried to get Wilder to come on this stream, and this I ended up on this stream and shit. I seen Tay Jones on this thing, you know what I'm saying? But he was telling Tay that the reason why Wilder don't want to give him an interview is because nobody is following. They wanted him to use a certain narrative. You know what I'm saying? He say, "Oh, I want." They wanted me to paint a certain picture, and my narrative didn't fit their narrative, so he didn't give me an interview. And Tay came on and checked him about that shit. You know what I'm saying? He checked him about it and was like, "Bruh, Champ say he went and looked at your shit, and he heard you say some bullshit about black people. He heard you say something about black people. Tay, like, I never even heard what you said. But Wilder heard you say something and said, no, he not giving you no interview. And he tried to switch it up like, no, I was just talking about, I was explaining the Hispanic struggles when they come over here and how they feel. And I was trying to explain, I can still how the blacks feel, how they feel. But you never did that. That's a lie. That was false. You was on that bullshit explaining about what you felt about how Latinos feel about blacks and how blacks think they better than motherfucking Latinos, which ain't true at all. Which ain't true at all. You know what I mean? So we already knew what that was. But then he showed his ass. He showed his ass. Yeah, when that Boz dude get his ass up out of there. He showed his ass and showed his true colors on his own channel. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he got see what they say. You can get the truth from a drunk person. Hold on, how that saying go? You can get the truth, oh yeah, from a drunk person, a kid, and a motherfucker that's mad at you, right? That's how you get the truth. And I guess he was drunk and mad that day. I mean, he was drunk and mad that day. You feel me? But you know, we gonna set his ass straight. We ain't here to hold no hands or baby nobody, dog. Mr. De Niro, what's going down, bro? Nah, he ain't clout chasing KP. That's how he really feel. That's how he feel. That's what's in his heart. That's what's in his heart, bro. That's what's in his heart. But they got to do with him. It don't got to do with us. You know what I mean? That got to do with him. I don't know if he got his ass whooped by blacks when he was younger. I don't know if, like I say, he grew up around a family that despised black people or the struggle or feel like, oh well, they this. He say black people look at motherfucking Latinos as second class citizens up under us. How the man, the shit that's coming out his mouth, bro. You know what I mean? The shit that's coming out his mouth. Like, bro, how is we looking at somebody as a second class citizen? Well, we the one get looked down upon. You know what I mean? Like, bro, what the fuck is you talking about? Like, for real, what is you talking about, dog? You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, he just on some sucker shit. We ain't gonna make this live stream about him. We gonna get to talking this boxing, but he just on some press sucker shit. Press sucker shit. And whenever he's ready to debate somebody real, you know what I mean? My platform always open, or I'll go over to his platform. You know what I mean? As long as he let me talk, I'll go to his platform. Straight up. Or anybody else's platform that he's on. You know? I would have jumped on last night, but it was Christmas. I'm like, man, it's Christmas. We got the family over. I ain't trying to, you feel me? Let him talk that nonsense and D them over there. He explained why he said what he said. And if don't nobody feel, nah, I kept putting, man, I'm not worrying about what his ass talking about. That dude's a clown. A pure clown. Don't nobody believe him or the shit he's saying, but y'all over here. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, just a pure sucker that's gonna get put in this place sooner than later. You know what I mean? But let's talk some of this boxing, fam. And my dude Keon go jump on once he finishes, you know, brushing his teeth. Brotherhood say that fool just caught feelings about people saying Teofimo Lopez a duck and Canelo a fraud. Man, yeah, I ain't worried about him though. I ain't worried about him because like he could have kept it on boxing, Brotherhood. You feel me? He could have kept it on boxing and it would have been straight. You know what I mean? I don't got no problem with you taking up for the Latino fighters. I ain't got no problem, dog. You know what I'm saying? But you would damn sure ain't get pissed off at black people for taking up for motherfucking black fighters. You feel me? How that sound? You get to take up for the Latinos and everything's supposed to be A-OK. But as soon as a motherfucking black person say something about taking up for they fighters, you know what I'm saying? It's some bullshit. Man, get your ass out here somewhere. Mr. Passer, yeah, everything good, fam. Everything good. I ain't complaining at all. I ain't complaining at all, man. You feel me? Not at all, champ. But yeah, these dudes, man, these dudes, they be backwards, bro. They be backwards as hell. Backwards as hell, bro. No, backwards as hell. Be that bitch at Mighty TV Salute, fam. You stay busy, and we appreciate that a lot. And we appreciate you taking out the trash on YouTube. Oh, that's always be that bitch, you hear me? Always. But I'm gonna start this off on Deontay Wilder, y'all. Now, with Deontay Wilder, fam, now we saying that they're trying to put Usyk in the way of fighting Wilder, and saying the winner can get Anthony Joshua, and Tyson Fury, right? But this what I'm not getting, right? Because they saying Wilder, okay, the winner Usyk Wilder get the winner, right? But they got a 2-fight contract on the deal. You know what I mean? And you know it's gonna be a rematch if it's a fucking undisputed fight. So they got a 2-fight contract on the deal, but they saying the winner of Wilder and Usyk get the winner of Joshua and Fury. So this ain't nothing but more confusion to try to get D out the way, so they can try to make this big ass fight happen. You know what I mean? Which we not riding with. Hell yeah, Smooth. You already know, bro. You already know. But like I say, bro, all Latinos don't feel like that dude. So he don't speak for all Latinos. You know what I'm saying? I'm not illiterate enough to listen to him and take his words to be for all Latinos, bro. That ain't gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like I say, he the one that had some type of bad experience somewhere down the line in his life. You feel me? Or his family had a bad experience. Mama, daddy, whomever raised him, had a bad experience, and they rubbed that shit off on him. You know what I mean? And it must have been rubbed off on him since a kid. And because he despised blacks, bro. He despised it. I can tell by the way the dude talk, bro. Kind of local say, I love the way you make videos and cook these folks, bro. Oh hell yeah. I just use their words against them, big bro. That's all. I just used their words against them. That's all. That way they can't say they didn't say what they said they say. You know what I mean? But we got my brother in the building. Everything boxing. Keep it down, bro.
Hey, what's good with it? What's good with y'all?
Man, they done freed me, dog.
You free at last, free at last. Thank God I'm free at last.
Free at last. You hear me? Hit him with that Martin Luther King, bro. I'm talking about listen. I woke up, Key. I'm like, man, I know they ain't put my shit on, dog. I just clicked on, I'm like, I know it ain't doing. Well, I did, I got happy in the morning. I'm like, oh shit, they didn't let me on.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. You feel me?
Yes, sir, man. I ain't slept this damn long, man, in years. I was tired, man. I didn't go to bed till probably like shit 4 a.m.
For real, dog. Y'all had to split up. So I say, I saw you yesterday, though. I know you must have been busy.
Yeah, man. We was over at my folks' crib. Went over there. My mama and them, man. We was over there. Shit, I couldn't get the kids, man. They was up, man. They was up over there playing and shit. You know how kids get excited. I couldn't get them to come on. I'm like, man, we gotta go home.
Right. Shit, they enjoying Christmas. Them kids like, fuck that.
Yeah. So, man. But yeah, go ahead. I hear you cooking on the Wilder Usyk situation.
Yeah, man. So now, what I was saying was, kids, now they trying to say the winner of Usyk and Wilder get the winner of Joshua and Fury. But my thing is this: how do they get the winner when y'all got a 2-fight deal in play? You know what I'm saying? Now y'all got a 2-fight deal in play, so y'all saying, okay, they gotta wait, they gotta fight each other, then they got to fight somebody else and wait for y'all to get y'all second fight over with. Like, bro, no, y'all trying to do too much right now. They trying to do too much right now. They doing anything to try to keep Wilder out of position of getting this fucking rematch with Tyson Fury, bro, because they feel like their fight is gonna get fucked around with Fury and Anthony Joshua. You know what I mean? They can't be too confident, right? That's just me. They can't be too confident on Tyson Fury beating Deontay Wilder if y'all trying to put all these obstacles in the way of this third fight from happening. You know what I mean? If he really feel like he gonna beat him, because he was so adamant about the third fight before this all this corona stuff. He was so adamant about that third fight. You know, I got the third fight with Wilder. I got to get it out the way. But when all these allegations started hitting him, you know what I mean? People started talking and things started coming to the front for it. You know, now he don't want the third fight no more. Oh, he's tired. He's going to move on now. Nah, man, you can't do all that. Get this man his third fight, and if you go beat him, go in there and beat him. And then you can move on with Joshua. You can shut up everybody's mouth. You can shut everybody up by beating Wilder in the third fight. You can shut everybody up and move on and make the big money that y'all supposed to be doing wherever the fight go take place at. You know what I mean? But now that y'all trying to put Usyk in the way, which I won't be mad at the Wilder and Usyk fight, but not under y'all circumstances, not under y'all terms. Y'all not gonna be the reason of that fight happening. You know what I mean? Stacks B was going down, Game Bread was going down, fam. Y'all ain't gonna be the reason of that fight happening. You know what I mean? So if it happens, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. What's the word I'm trying to find? It just gonna come together. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna happen under y'all. It ain't gonna be up under y'all terms, dog. Of the winner get the fight. The winner. Nah, that don't even sound right. That don't even sound right. When Wilder still got your ass under contract for a whole third fight. Like y'all not gonna be putting all these obstacles in the way with me, man. That ain't gonna happen. Tyson Fury wanted a tune-up fight, right? He wanted a tune-up fight. So if you get to have a tune-up fight, Wilder can have a fight, and after that, y'all got to see each other. Ain't no way in hell Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury should happen before the Deontay Wilder and the Tyson Fury trilogy happen. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I don't care what they trying to say, what they trying to do to fix that shit up, how good they trying to make it look. None of that shit. And Wilder, you better keep your fucking foot on their throats, bro. Okay, I would, if I was Wilder, I would grant him that tune-up fight. I would grant it. Go ahead, get you a tune-up. Let me get me a tune-up, and then we see each other. If we ain't fit to be next, but ain't no way you fight Anthony Joshua before you fight me. You're not fit to fight no Anthony Joshua before you fight me and risk losing to Joshua, and then y'all doing a rematch, and then if Joshua beats you again, I probably don't even get a chance to get Joshua and all this shit. Y'all ain't fit to play no ring around the rosy with me. Y'all ain't playing no ring around the rosy with me. Not when I'm in position already. Main boxing biker was going down, fam. Y'all ain't fit. Ain't none of that shit fit to happen, dog. Ain't none of that shit fit to happen. You know what I'm saying? So I just want Wilder to stay on their fucking necks, bro. Stay on their necks and make sure, bro, that Joshua don't get that fight before him, bro. Coach K was going down. Stacks B was going down. Make sure he don't get that fight before him, because if it do happen, Wilder never see either one of them dudes, bro. He'll never see either one of them dudes again. Because Tyson Fury, he can pull some shit. I'm done after that. He like to go sit down for a long period of time after he get his ass whooped or something special happen for him. He like to go sit down for a long period of time. You know what I mean? He can say, "Oh, I'm just gonna vacate the titles. You know, I made my money. Fuck the titles. I don't need them." No, we want Wilder to get him in the ring. We need to make sure that you talking all this and talking all that. Let's make sure what you did in the second fight, in the second fight, that it was all fair game. You know what I'm saying? Prove that you can beat him again. If you feel that strong about what you did to him, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's all about revenge to me, Key. It's all about Wilder getting his get back. And if he lose in the third fight, then salute the Fury. We can't say nothing. Salute to him. He got the W. We move on as man. Congratulate the man. And Wilder career end up being what it is. Fury career end up being what it is. But it's all about revenge right now. I don't even care about the scrap. It's all about you getting in the ring with Deontay Wilder and giving that man a chance to redeem himself, because so much putting on his name right now. He getting so much, you know what I'm saying, scrutiny and getting demonized and all this shit. So I want Fury to prove that it was all fair game and that you beat him in the second fight, because I know you cheated. That's how I feel. I know you cheated. But go ahead, beat him in the third fight. Like you're saying, you can beat him easy and shut us up. You feel me? Shut us up. What you think about that, King?
Yeah, man, it's like every time Wilder get closer to the goalpost to try to, secure this Fury fight, which he shouldn't have to secure nothing, because it was already contractually obligated. Every time he get closer, they try to make some excuse or put a roadblock in front of him so he don't get the fight. And it's some bullshit. It's some bullshit because, he shouldn't have to go through all of this. He shouldn't have to go through all of this that, both men, they sit down and they agree to it already. You're only as good as your word as a man. You're only as good as your word as a man. But we already know Tyson Fury ain't no fucking real man. He ain't worth shit. He don't stand for nothing. He don't have no morals or nothing. So we already know that. But the thing is for the fans in the boxing commission and all of this to let this shit go down. Boxing in general to let this shit go down. This is a problem. What's wrong with boxing? You know, how can you have something in contract? They already agreed to it, and then looking at everything, all of the, the pandemic and everything that went on to where they couldn't have the fight anyway. They couldn't have the fight. Bob Arum came and said it. He said, we was trying to make Fury fight him. Fury don't want to, Then Bob Arum said, we weren't able to have the fight because we needed fans in attendance. The man that's promoting you is telling people that, like, yeah, we wasn't gonna be able to have the fight because we needed fans in attendance.
Right.
And then Fury had came out in the past and said that he didn't want to fight with no fans in attendance. Wilder was like, shit, he don't care. Wilder said, he just want his get back. But now, you know what I'm saying? So it's all some BS for real. Now it's okay, just as long as we see a Fury and Joshua fight. No, that ain't it, And you supposed to have to do what you obligated to in contract, But they trying to find loopholes around it. So as far as what you were saying, money, yeah, Wilder need to stay on his fucking neck. He don't need to accept nothing less than Fury, because if he let up and like, okay, I'll go ahead and fight Usyk and get him out of the way, or Dillian White or whatever they put in front of him. I'll get them out of the way just as long as they say that they're gonna give me Fury next. The fight will never happen. It'll never happen. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, if they gonna Joshua and Fury, if they fight, they gonna have a rematch clause, right?
Mm-hmm.
If Joshua win, if you know what I'm saying, it doesn't matter. If they go 1-1, they gonna have a third fight. You know what I'm saying? If they go 1-1, they gonna have a third fight. If Fury wins both times, right? Fury gonna ride off in the sunset. We already know how he is. If Joshua wins the first 2 times, right? He ain't gonna fight Deontay Wilder. He already showed that he's not willing. He already showed he's not willing to fight Wilder. Period. You know what I'm saying? You see what he did last time. What the fuck you think he gonna do this time if he comes and beat Fury, right, twice? And then on the other end, Deontay Wilder is out there knocking out dudes like Usyk and Dillian White or whoever, Andrew Ruiz or whoever it may be. He out there, knocking these cats out, showing that he back better than ever. Think he gonna get a fight with Joshua? Come on now, bro. They trying to do shit to to slither around and weave out having to fight, having to get in the ring with that man that's pissed off. Fury he don't want to get in the ring with that man on even playing field. Because see, this is the thing. If you didn't cheat and somebody is accusing you of cheating, right? You're anxious to get in the ring to show everybody like, I didn't cheat. How you gonna accuse me of some shit? Like, I wanna get in the ring. Now I want to get in the ring and knock you off faster than the first time because now you accusing me of something that I didn't do. I want to show everybody, I want to show the world that I beat this man fair and square. And that shit that people are talking about is some bullshit, and I'm gonna go and do that. And you're gonna be eager to make that fight happen. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be eager to make that fight happen. Just like when me and you was going back and forth on that Madden way, and you was like, nigga, you cheated. Like, nigga, you cheated. What I say, money? I said, nah, run it back then. I said, run it back. And that's just with anything, right? If somebody accusing you of something that you didn't do, you're gonna be eager to show them that you can do it, and what they talking about is bullshit. But if somebody's accusing you of something, of cheating, right, and then you have a chance to show them that you're not cheating, right, but you know that you did cheat, and you have that in the back of your mind that shit, well, I know that I beat him because of of the tactics and different things that I use, the cheating that I did, and shit, I'm not comfortable, and I don't know if I can do it again. You're gonna do everything you can, right, to get out of that fight. But at the same time, you want to make it look like that it ain't you, it's the other person is the reason why you backing out, right? You're gonna make every excuse. So it just that shows you that he cheated. It shows you just the way that he's moving shows you that he cheated, right? Because the thing is, okay, right? Check this out, man. Check this out. Say, man, look, if you fight Tyson, if you fight Deontay Wilder, right? If you can beat him so easily, you fight Deontay Wilder, knock his ass out, right? You gonna go make shit at least 30 mil, right? In the third fight. You gonna go make at least 30 mil in the third fight, right?
Uh-huh.
Then Anthony Joshua fight is still there, and it's bigger now. It's bigger now. Because you didn't win and knock this man off twice. You already made 30 some mil with Wilder, right? You're gonna make more money, right? That's more bread you putting in your pot. Now you moving on to make more and more money with Anthony Joshua, right?
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me that you leaving money on the table? See, it just don't make sense, but it make a whole lot of sense if you got sense. But I'm gonna go ahead and let you cook.
Oh yeah, you was cooking, dog. Yeah, bro. You had a few points that I want to touch on too. You want to make it look like it ain't your fault. So you want to, he don't want to take it out the contract and this and that and all that shit, man. Like, just be a man, bro, and stand up and get that man a third fight, bro. Get it over with, bro. And at the end of the day, this is the thing. Wilder helped save this man whole life. Helped save this man whole life. Brought this man back to life. You feel me? Bob Earn, Eddie Hearn, none of them were looking at Tyson Fury before he fought Wilder the first time, right? Before he fought Wilder the first time, nobody was looking at him, dog. Nobody was looking at him, right? Nobody was looking at that man before he fought fucking Fury the first time, right? D, what's going down? Hey, D, you saved that man last night. That was wrong, bro. That man punched, bro. You should have let people got at him, bro. Y'all babied that man over there, though. But we gonna keep it to this box right now. But y'all babied that man, D. But nobody was looking for him. Then Wilder went and had the first fight with him. Next thing you know, he did what he did. Salute to him. They went to a draw. Put money. I mean, it made him look back like who he was to motivate him to get back in the boxing game. You feel me? But then they want to start coming after things of that nature. You know what I mean? So you really, I ain't gonna say you owe your career to Deontay Wilder, but you owe that man enough respect to give him the third fight. You know what I'm saying? You owe him enough respect to give him the third fight. Now, like you say, Keith, somebody calling me a cheater, dog, and I know I whoop you fair and square, and I know that I can beat you again. You know what I mean? You got people out here saying, oh, it don't make no sense for them to fight again, and he beat him so easy, this and that. So, well, do it the third time, dog. Do it the third time. You feel me? Do it the third time, bro. If you really did it and with none of that bull crap that you're talking about, do it the third time, bro. Mr. Boxer today, what's going down? Ben Israel came in the building. Sheena came in the building. Salute, Sheena. My brother, Underground Asylum, what's going down, big bro? Appreciate y'all for coming through, showing love, bro. Appreciate that love. Mr. Boxer today say, I don't mind Fury versus Wilder 3 and AJ versus Usyk. However, an undisputed heavyweight champion is long overdue. 1999, Lennox Holyfield. If we continue with rematch after rematch, we won't have undisputed until 2047. Listen, that's not my problem, Mr. Box today, bro. And I know you the king of the heavyweights. I know you love heavyweight boxing, bro. And I understand your pain and your feelings for watching and to get it undisputed. But that ain't my problem right now, bro. My problem is honoring the game. You feel me? I can respect a Fury and a Joshua fight. I can respect it. You know what I'm saying? I can respect it, right? But my thing is, if you under contract and you're obligated to do something, right? And this man, because Wilder had a chance to fight for undisputed as well. He tried to make it happen. And I know bro, he tried to make it happen multiple times to where he was taking flat fees And you know, he did what he had to do to give us undisputed, and Joshua wanted no parts of it. You feel me? He wanted no parts of it. So right now, with the business of Wilder and Joshua, I mean Wilder and Fury, bro, Wilder deserved his shot. He deserved his shot. And even though we haven't seen undisputed, he deserved his shot to be undisputed. You know what I'm saying? He deserved a shot to be well, I ain't gonna say to be undisputed, to have a shot at undisputed. So that means if him and Fury got to go back at it the third time, because listen, one more fight ain't gonna destroy nothing. One more fight ain't gonna destroy nothing, bro. If you beat this man fair and square like you're saying you did, then go back in that third fight, give him a third fight. If you beat him, you got undisputed right there. That go undisputed. You feel me? That go undisputed. Now, yes, it's a risk of AJ losing, but AJ got to handle his business. He got to do what he got to do. But right now, bro, I know what y'all saying with undisputed and things of that nature. Wilder got to get his get back, bro. He has to get his get back, or at least get his chance. You got to get that man his chance. You got to be fair. You got to be fair, bro. So if that's the case, it's like, because to me, just to me, I'm not saying everybody else. I'm not saying this person, that person. There's a lot of people that feel like me. That Fury cheated that man, dog. He cheated him. So now he get to cheat his way to be an undisputed champion. You know what I'm saying? He get to cheat and get a shot to be undisputed. Like, nah, that don't sit well with me, champ. That don't sit well with me. I'm sorry, bro. Let me read some of these comments, kid. Move on to the next topic. You say right
Go
is
ahead.
right.
I'm in this kitchen. Go ahead.
All right, Super Saiyan say, Mr. Box today. While I want to see Fury Wilder 3, I think you're right. Undisputed champion would do wonders for the sport. Shannon, salute. Y'all saluting everybody. Let me read D comment. What D say? D say, try to let him breathe, fam. I did let him know he came off wrong, though. You right, though. I was easier on him as I usually am. I can't lie. Yeah, bro. Especially when you talking about that type of, when you open your mouth like that, bro, when you speak that type of stuff, and you really being adamant about it like it's really true when it's not true, nah, man, you can't come out saying that shit. Look at Mr. King Palmer. He got Latino blood in him. You know what I'm saying? I know for a fact Mr. King Palmer don't feel how that man feel. So that's why I say I'm smart enough to not let him speak for all Latinos. I'm smart enough to not let him do that shit. But when he's saying what he's saying, bro, and he's so adamant about it, and you know, blacks want us to bow down and kiss their feet and say thank you for us being here. We didn't bring you motherfuckers here. Y'all came up on y'all own. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, y'all been oppressed in this country and that country, so y'all come to America for a better life, right? Y'all come to America for a better life. Okay, so when you make it to America, and these people that's here that's getting oppressed in their country, right? Like y'all left y'all country from getting oppressed, even though, yes, America is a little more lenient, you can be a little bit more free, but that don't mean people ain't getting their ass whooped, killed, stumped, and being oppressed in this motherfucker, bro. That American dream shit is not real. That shit is no that everybody can have the American dream. No, everybody can't have the American dream. You can work and get a nice life. I ain't gonna say you can't live a nice life. You can't be free. You got the freedom of speech and things of that nature. But that shit only works to a certain extent, and we see what's going down. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I'm gonna get back to the boxing. He was just wrong with that shit, D. Pretty wrong. And when you speak that type of shit, if you gonna be a man and speak those words and speak highly on it and try to stand on it and say, oh, I'm never apologizing and want to talk tough, then yeah, you gonna deal with what come with it. You know what I mean? You gonna deal with what come with it. My brother King Palmer in the building. What's going down, champ? He say they already twice. Fury doesn't have to fight Wilder again, but I wish they fight so Wilder can KO him ASAP. Nah, they do got to fight, bro. They under contract. They're under contract. But like I say, Wilder can grant him a tune-up. But if I was Wilder, you cannot fight Anthony Joshua before you fight me. No, it's not gonna happen, bro. I'm not letting you fight Anthony Joshua before you fight me, because we already know if they had the first fight, then the second fight go happen. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all saying the win of Usyk and Wilder get the win of AJ and Fury, if it was next, okay. If I get a chance at undisputed next, okay. But if I gotta wait 2 fights, no. A lot can happen in 2 fights, bro. A lot can happen in 2 fights. Miss Boston today say, I do agree on that point. Once beaten long range champion should get immediately rematch, especially if it's contracted. Facts, brother. And I understand your point as well. What Mr. De Niro say, it's only right that they run it back. Joshua got his immediate rematch with Andy. Run it back ASAP. Hell yeah, bro. They say facts, fam, because I don't feel like he feel about that shit neither, fam. Afro can here, but I'm not with him on that one. Big up, keep grinding. No doubt, D. You too, champ. David High say, Mr. King Palmer, yes, he does since he signed a contract for that. Be that bitch say, hold on, move. What's going on? Boy, you see me on live stream just walking my door like that? What's going down, though? All right. Mr. King Palmer. Oh, you said Mr. King Palmer. We struggle her too, but people don't believe that. Man, exactly, be that bitch. Exactly. Exactly. That's why I say, like, he's saying that Mr. K. Pasa, you can live the American dream if you work every day and save that money for better stuff. Right, bro. Will the contract ever expire? Listen, when you under a contract, bro, you until that happen, whatever on that contract, until it happen, unless you come to an agreement or you pay somebody off to where they say they don't want to do this. When you obligated, I don't think it expires, bro, until you get that over with. Stormy B say that money, Brian. I just took an ass whooping before turning into this live. Had to sit down somewhere, as they say. For real. He said that whole oppressed thing they're saying is a lie. If they so strong, why didn't they fight in their land instead of running here? Real, man. Craig L. Salute. Kind of local talking to D say, what part of Puerto Rico you from? I'm from Barros Obrero. I hope I said that right. In a perfect world, you say in a perfect world, we get AJ Usyk and Fury Wilder with the winners fighting for undisputed, but it makes too much sense. Yeah, Bruce goes, I like that, champ. I like that a lot, though. But yeah, though, man, I just want, Wilder to get his first shot, man. I just want him to get his first shot, and like I say, if you beat him once, if you're saying you beat him in the second fight and you beat him that easy, do it the third time or the second time, because the first one was a draw. Do it the second time and just shut the people up. You ain't got to worry about none of these allegations. You ain't got to worry about none of that stuff. You can just shut everybody up with going in that ring and beat them the third time if you feel that highly about what you're going to do. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, I just want Wilder to get his first shape, because the man put in work and he did wonders for boxing. And somebody like that should be treated right, dog. He should be treated right. You feel me? But I'm going to move on, fam. I'm going to get to this 135-pound division, right? Because we're seeing a lot of things heating up at 135. 135 is one of the hottest divisions in boxing right now. You know what I mean? We got to keep it real. It's one of the hottest divisions in boxing. Got some of the hottest young stars that's going to be around for a minute. You know what I mean? And if we can get them in position to fight each other at this stage, they can still see each other in the future, right? They can still see each other in the future. But the business side of things nowadays is, fucking up a lot of good fights. You know what I mean? It's fucking up a lot of good fights. And these promoters, they greedy. They want to fill their own coffins up. They want to get the fighters paid, but at the end of the day, they worry about generational wealth for their damn self, trying to keep their companies afloat. You know what I mean? And especially if you ain't got that many fighters on your side of town. You know what I mean? If you ain't got that many fighters on your side of town where you can't, that this is probably your only champion that you got, because you look at a lot of these fucking promotional companies, you really see the top ones is the Zone, Top Rank, PBC, and Golden Boy, right? And I can't forget Eddie Hearn with Matchroom, because Matchroom do a damn good job, whether people want to admit it or not. You know what I mean? So when you really see that, you see they really have all of the champions and things of that nature. Then you got the people inside the inside. You got Mayweather Promotion, which he connected to PBC, but he's not PBC. Like people be getting that chopped and screwed up. They always comment. Alan Young was going down. Well, they always want to say, "Oh, well, Mayweather is PBC." No, Mayweather is Mayweather Promotion. Al Heyman is PBC. You know what I'm saying? They go hand in hand together because they work together. But these fighters is not signed to no Mayweather Promotion. Mayweather's not making no deals for no Errol Spence and no Keith Thurman and no Danny Garcia and no Sean Porter. He's not behind no scene making that money for them. You know what I'm saying? That's not happening. You know what I mean? Al Heyman is pulling those strings. Now he do come into play to when, you know what I'm saying, you need a promotional company to fall back on. You know what I mean? But other than that, He's not pulling those strings. He's not pulling those strings. But right now, January the 2nd, Ryan Garcia taking on Luke Campbell. One hell of a fight. One hell of a fight, man. And we all know Ryan Garcia is looking forward to Javante Davis in the future. But it ain't no damn Javante Davis if you don't focus on Luke Campbell because this fight is not easy. This fight is not easy, not from a long shot. You know what I mean? And to be real with you, if I'm just being real, he might be taking this. This is a tough task for him. Like I can say, it's more tougher than Devin Haney and Gabor. You know what I mean? And I could probably say it's more tougher than Tank and fucking Leo Santa Cruz. You know what I mean? When we're just looking at the styles with this man being a real 135 pounder, this man being a gold medalist. You know what I mean? He got 2 losses on his record. He avenged one, or did he? Do he got 3 losses? I think he got 3 losses. Or do he got 2? But I know he avenged one, and he ended up losing to Lomachenko. But he fought the shit out of Lomachenko. You know what I mean? Gave Lomachenko a hell of a fight. So we know he ain't no pushover. And with Ryan Garcia, I ain't gonna say Ryan Garcia was groomed and brought along to have that big fight to step into this fight right now because he haven't had a fight to me that'll put him in a Luke Campbell fight right now. Just my opinion. He haven't had a fight where we say, okay, now you put him in a Luke Campbell fight because Luke Campbell is like a title eliminator fight. You know what I'm saying? That's like a real title eliminator fight. And you got to have a nice fight to go into a title eliminator fight. And I don't think Ryan Garcia had that type of fight. So if this kid can step into this fight, right, and beat Luke Campbell, and not only beat him, if he knock him the fuck out, bro, if he knock him out, he right there with all these young killers, and it's gonna be a like he gonna pose a problem. You know what I'm saying? He gonna pose a problem to anybody because he fast and he got real power. His power is real, and if he catch your ass on the right spot, your ass is going down. You know what I mean? Your ass is going down because he precise as fuck. You know what I mean? Precise as fuck, bro. A lot of people don't like Ryan Garcia. They think he's a fucking diva, this, that, and the third. I'm not gonna look at this kid as no diva. He getting his ass in the ring fighting. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can call him what y'all want to call him, but this motherfucker is a fighter. At the end of the day, he's a fighter. He put on boxing gloves and he damn good. You know what I'm saying? So the ones that call him a diva, you ain't gonna walk up in his face and say shit or do shit. So talk your shit from behind that computer and wherever the fuck you at. But that kid is a fighter, man, and he can punch his ass off. And he really wants to smoke. You feel me? Usually when people talk a lot of shit, it's clout chasing when you're trying to get yourself out there and get recognition. Ryan Garcia got one of the biggest fan bases in the sport of boxing. You know what I mean? Especially all of the young boys. So I don't think he just clout chasing. I think he really wants to smoke. And he tell you what he want. And he been calling out Javante Davis and he feel like he can beat Javante Davis, So I don't think he can beat Tank, but he believe he can beat Tank. So that's all that matters. You dig? So him going up against Luke Campbell, I just want him to focus on Luke Campbell, taking one fight at a time, man. Quit worrying about the future. Let that shit happen when he get here because you got a real fight on your hands, man. You got a real fight on your hands. And if Luke Campbell go in here and beat you and take that thunder from your young ass, of course you're going to be able to build yourself back up because you're young. But it's going to hurt your pride. And the way y'all is right now, oh, you took a loss. It's going to, it can be detrimental to your health, especially if you ain't mentally strong. You feel me? So at the end of the day, we'll see how strong he is. Like, I ain't going to say if you take a loss, but when you get into that damn ring with the ones you're supposed to get into the ring with. So focus on Luke Campbell, man. Go out there and handle your business against him. Because if you knock out Luke Campbell, bro, David, how I say Ryan will knock out. If he knock him out, bro, that's a statement made. That's a statement made to me. You feel me? Because that's some big time shit. Luke ain't never been knocked out. And if he knock him out, bro, that's saying a lot about Ryan Garcia. You hear me? David High say, I don't think Golden Boy would have put Ryan in with Luke if they wasn't sure he would win. I think Ryan going to look impressive in this fight and win. No, I won't say that. You got to understand, they've been having problems, dog. They've been having contractual problems and things of that nature. And Ryan Garcia been one of these type of fights. He want to prove himself as a real champion. He want to get in there. You know what I mean? He want that title shot. So you got to take care of Luke Campbell. You feel me? But what's your thoughts on that, kid?
Yeah, man, you absolutely right. When you say that Ryan Garcia, he hasn't even been in the ring, against an opponent that's gonna prepare him to be in the ring with somebody like Luke Campbell. You feel me? It's like, shit, he skipped a whole level. He skipped a whole level. and he going straight into the doghouse. That's exactly what he doing. He skipped a whole level and going straight into the doghouse. Because like me and you talk about all the time, a lot of people don't understand or just don't know how good Luke Campbell really is. You know what I'm saying? Luke Campbell got all the tools. Yeah, he just Luke Campbell is like kind of like let me see who I could compare him to. He's kind of like a Sean Porter or a Danny Garcia. You feel me? Like they got all the tools, they got all the talent of whatever. They gritty, they tough, but they just can't win when they fight those top level opponents. You feel me? But he right up under him. He right up under him, and that's Luke Campbell. And he's right up under him because, like I said before, everybody that he fights on that top level, when he fought Linares was the man. He was the man at 135 when Luke Campbell fought Linares. Very young in his career, and he fought him to a split decision. And some people think that he beat Linares. He just kind of came on later. He figured Linares out later and started beating him. But some people think that he beat him. Some people think it was too late. But at that point in time, if we're not talking about the Jorge Linares that we see right now, we're talking about the guy that was the number one cat in the division at that time. You know what I'm saying? When Luke Campbell fought him. And then we saw, the problems that Luke Campbell gave Lomachenko. So Luke Campbell, a hell of a fighter, and Olympic gold medalist. You don't win no Olympic gold medal and be a fucking Rudy Poo. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people talking about Luke Campbell, like, Luke Campbell, who's Luke Campbell? He ain't shit. And Luke Campbell. No, because you don't know. You know what I'm saying? You just don't know. But yeah, man, Ryan Garcia, he this is a big step up fight for him. This is a big step up fight for him, because Luke Campbell, he could be dangerous for any of the champions at 135. Real talk, and and that's facts. So, Ryan Garcia fighting Luke Campbell, man, this is gonna tell us a whole lot about Ryan Garcia. Because he skipped a whole level and he going straight up, to the top. He going straight up to the top. He skipped a whole level, and like you said, man, this is a hell of a fight. This is a hell of a fight. But it can really make Ryan Garcia, right? Or it can break him. This is a make or break you fight because of how the fans are. Just like you said. You lose a fight. We knew he wasn't shit. He was just a motherfucking pretty boy and a model. All that fast hand shit that he be doing. That ain't nothing. Anybody could do that on the mitts and all that shit he be talking. And then that's what he's gonna hear if he don't beat Luke Campbell. He still has his chin up in the air. This and that. We gonna hear all of that, right? They gonna dog him out. They gonna dog him out. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna put a motherfucking chain around his neck and walk his ass if he don't win this fight against Luke Campbell. He needs to just go to modeling and this and you gonna hear some of everything. He ain't built for this boxing shit, and we knew as soon as he stepped up that he was gonna lose, and he needs to go back to Instagram model and all of that, right? You gonna hear all of that, dog, if he fuck around and don't beat Luke Campbell. And with him being young and hearing all of that, he needs to retire because now you lose one fight, you automatically need to retire. That's just how it is in boxing now. You fuck around and lose, you need to retire, right? So he gonna hear all of that. And so with that being said, is if he fucks around and lose and he hears all of that, can he take it? Can he take it? Do he have the mental capacity to, take that and then come back stronger? Or is he going to take it and it's going to hurt his career, it hurt his career, because we know that boxing is 80% mental. You feel me? It is 80% mental. So it could break him in that sense, depending on what type of young man he is, what type of heart he got. Or if he go in there and beat Luke Campbell, either by knockout or either look good, getting a 12-round decision, whatever it may be, it could make him, because then, you know, people that know Luke Campbell and people that know boxing are gonna admit like this kid is a problem. This kid is really a problem, and he gonna be a problem for anybody. Plus, it's gonna put him it's gonna put him in the realm with of Gervonta Davis. They could have him and Gervonta Davis on pay-per-view, right? Now that fight is a very viable fight now, right? On pay-per-view. That's a fight that people have a reason to go by and a reason to want to watch, right? Not just because you got Gervonta Davis fighting a guy that has a big name on Instagram. Now is you got Gervonta Tank Davis fighting another guy that could go in there and really have a big chance of knocking his ass off. You see what I'm saying? And that makes for a good pay-per-view fight. You know, now people got a reason to really buy it and see because, well, Luke Campbell, right? Luke Campbell, to me, right? You can say, you know, people might disagree, but to me, if Ryan Garcia beats Luke Campbell, now he's beat as far as a one fight resume, he has a better resume than Gervonta Davis, meaning that he's fought. Luke Campbell is better than anybody on Gervonta Davis's resume to me. So I say the you know who has the best win, the best one fighter on their resume, and it will be Ryan Garcia at that point in time. So that's a hell of a fight. You know, that's a hell of a fight. It's a hell of a fight. The betting odds will be a lot closer, and you know, he gonna make a lot of noise if he could beat Luke Campbell. You know, and he could go on to fight any of these guys. You know, not just Tank Davis. If he beat Luke Campbell, he can go on to fight any of these guys, and it's gonna be a big fight. They fighting in Dallas in the stadium. I think they fighting in is it the Maverick Stadium they fighting in? Which one they fighting in? I know they're fighting in Dallas.
Huh? It's the Maverick Stadium. That's a nice stadium too. So I got to see the
yeah.
It's the Airlines. This guy's called Airlines Stadium or something.
Okay, that's the Maverick Stadium, I think.
Yeah.
So they fighting in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? They gonna have fans in attendance. It's on January the 2nd. All eyes are gonna be tuned in to see this fight. And like I said, it could make Ryan Garcia into see, people consider him a star because of his Instagram. It could make him catapult him into becoming a very credible boxing star. You feel me? A boxing star where they can't just keep on talking about, oh, well, because he got so many Instagram followers, or oh, well, because he a model. Nah, he went in there and beat the shit out of Luke Campbell. You feel me? So it can make him on both ends, and everybody gonna have their eye on this fight, and it's a great fight for the division. It's the type of fights that we need in boxing, you know, because we got a lot of these fighters. We got a lot of these fighters. We got your Jaron Ennis. We got Virgil Ortiz. We got I mean, we could go on and on. All these young fighters, right? And most of them, we're not seeing them in big step up fights like this. We're not seeing them take smoke like this. So I gotta, you know, give all praise and shout out to Ryan Garcia for doing it, you know, and wanting to smoke like that. And salute to everybody in the chat. Be that bitch, I see you. Salute, salute to everybody in the chat. But yeah,
everybody in the chat coming through showing love, man. And shouts out to my bro Chef Kerry for showing love with the donation, man. Much love, much appreciated, my brother. Thank you so much. But Key, you hit the nail on the coffin, bro. You know what I'm saying? The credibility catch up with the recognition. So now when people just, like you say, they want to just say, oh, he just got Instagram followers, or he just getting put in position. Sorry, y'all. Politics putting on there, things like that. You won't be able to say that shit if you go on there and beat this man. You know what I'm saying? You won't be able to say that. You feel me? Sabree was shadow boxing. What's going down, child? What's going down? You feel me? But moving on from that, Key, the next one I want to talk about, if I get this computer charger plugged in, the next one I want to talk about is Teofimo and Devin Haney, and Teofimo demanded $10 million to fight Devin Haney. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to let you cook first, Key. If you ain't getting $10 million to fight,
go ahead and money. Go ahead and cook, because I'm in the kitchen trying to put this food together. So go ahead and cook, and then I go after you.
All right, hold on, because I got to get to computer charging. Hold on, y'all. But you ain't getting $10 million to fight no damn body. Nobody, bro. You feel me? But y'all give me 1 second. Let me get this computer charger real fast. 1 second. All right, y'all. I'm back. I'm back. All right, Teofimo Lopez asked for 10 million, right? And look, 5 million. I agree. I said, okay, I think he deserves 5 million. Just me, right? But when you come and tell Eddie Hearn to give you $10 million to face fucking Devin Haney, bro, you know that's not a possibility, bro. You know that's not a possibility. You feel me? Manny Pacquiao getting 20 for facing who he facing. Look where he built himself up to. So you telling me you work half of $20 million right now, bro? Hell no, man. Hell no. You just got almost close to 2 million or a little bit over 2 million to fight Lomachenko, right? Now, credit, you are the unified champion at 135, bro. But you haven't even been on the pay-per-view fight yet. You see, to ask for $10 million, bro, you have to go on pay-per-view and you have to get motherfuckers to press that button for that $59.99 or that $79.99, whichever one they go charge. But to watch you on free TV, hell no, dog. You're not getting no goddamn $10 million. And like people keep saying about, oh, this and that, he did this, he did that, bro. He haven't pulled in that type of credibility right now. You know what I mean? He haven't pulled in that type of credibility right now to get people to press that button for him. And I'm not saying he can't. I'm not saying he can't. But you have to see first. You have to see. You know what I mean? Because you're not going to get double figures, bro, to go get no fucking fight with Devin Haney right now. You know what I mean? Devin Haney fan base ain't even that big enough to help you pull in a fucking $10 million payday. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, cut it out with that shit now. Now, him and Devin Haney is a hell of a fight. 1.8 mil last fight, but kind of loco. Yeah, right. That's on regular TV too. That's on regular TV. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not pulling that shit in on pay-per-view, no doubt, Mr. Pazza. If you ain't pulling it in on pay-per-view, that shit, nah, that ain't working for me. That ain't working. That's not working at all. Now, like I said, if you campaigning for 4 to 5 million, somewhere in that range, I can get it. I get it. But you're talking about 10 million in a pandemic. You're not even fighting with the fans. You haven't, like I say, you haven't even been on pay-per-view. So if they put y'all on pay-per-view, this is the thing, right? If y'all go on pay-per-view, because you could try to stretch, you could try to make Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez a pay-per-view fight because it's for undisputed, right? But they fucking that up by saying he undisputed already, which to me, he's not the undisputed champion. He's the unified champion. I give him credit. Devin Haney is the rightful WBC champ, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that franchise shit. Lomachenko dropped the belt. I don't want to hear people talking about, well, he didn't fight nobody, this, that. It doesn't matter. However you get that belt, you get that scrap. You know what I'm saying? So if this man got the WBC scrap because Lomachenko dropped it, he becomes the WBC champion. You know what I'm saying? People, oh, I want to see him fight this person or fight that person. I don't give a damn. That man became the WBC champion the day Lomachenko dropped the fucking title, especially if you're the mandatory to the title. You know, I can't help it because they fucking promoted me to the real champion. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I look at it as they can promote it as an undisputed fight if they don't fuck themselves out of it. Kind of look, I said correct. I'm agreeing with you. He not working. Oh yeah, I knew what you were saying, champ. Right. So if you're not sitting up here trying to promote this fight as an undisputed championship fight, then you definitely ain't gonna make no 10 million. But y'all got to remember, Bob Earn was on Fred's show. Shouts out the Barbershop Conversation, saying that he don't even want to see fucking Devin Haney right now. You know what I mean? He don't think Devin Haney is a big enough star to even face Teofimo Lopez. His two opponents for T.O. next is Gervonta Davis or Ryan Garcia. On the same reason me and Keon were just talking about. Because Ryan Garcia and Tank have a big fucking fan base, you know what I mean? And if Ryan Garcia going here and knock out Luke Campbell, that's way bigger than anything Devin Haney did. You know what I'm saying? To me. You feel me? Luke Campbell is the like nobody even come close to Luke Campbell on the resume of Devin Haney. We can say Gamboa, but Gamboa ain't really holding up weight like that. If you put him and Luke Campbell in the ring right now, Luke Campbell knock his ass out. You feel me? Luke Campbell knock him out. And I remember I seen somebody that said Gamboa knock out Luke Campbell. You got to be crazy out your damn mind. You feel me? I do get Gamboa credit for being a world champion. I don't take that away from him. He is a former world champion. You know what I'm saying? But right now, Gamboa and Luke Campbell it don't compare to me. It don't compare. So Bob Erm said he wanted the winner of like he'll take Gervonta Davis or he would take Ryan Garcia because, like I say, the promoters they business minded right now. Weez B, what's going down, bro? Appreciate you for jumping in and showing love, champ. They business minded, bro. That's all they give a fuck is filling up their coffins. You see what Bob Erm said about Terrance Crawford, how he ain't pulling in no money for him. So just think if he got Teofimo sitting here as the unified champion and he looking at Devin Haney saying, y'all don't make me no money, you think he give a fuck about a Devin Haney fight right now? You know what I mean? Shouts out to Bill Haney for getting him to say, okay, my son is you can put him in third place. If he can't get Tank, if he can't get Ryan Garcia, you know, then we'll be sitting right there. And he never said that the fight gonna happen. He said we'll give you a call. And just giving your ass a call is just something to see if that shit gonna happen. You feel me? Man, my brother KQKC, they didn't free me, KQ. They didn't free me, champ. Boston Logic United, what's going down? What's going down? You know, so if Bob's saying that shit, you know he ain't worrying about making no Devin Haney fight right now. So even when he said 10 million, right? This motherfucker Eddie Hearn say, Bob not gonna let you. Cause he know the game. He say Bob not gonna let you. You know what I mean? He ain't gonna let you fight him. Because I'm damn sure ain't giving no 10 million, but we can sit down and negotiate this fight if that's what you really want. You know what I mean? And I do believe, like Devin Haney said, I do believe Teofimo Lopez will fight Devin Haney. I don't think he's afraid of no Devin Haney. I never say no shit like that. You feel me? You got to give T.O. the edge against in a Devin Haney fight, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I get T.O. the edge in the fight. I'm going for Devin Haney. Don't get me wrong. I'm pulling for Devin to win that motherfucker all the way. But if you ask me right now who I think will win that fight, I got to say Teofimo Lopez. You know what I mean? But you not getting no goddamn $10 million, champ. You can X that shit all the way out the market. You feel me? But if you want to sit down and try to negotiate this fight, you got to talk to Bob Erm first. If Bob Erm don't get it okay, you ain't fighting no damn body. You know what I mean? You're not fighting no. I don't give a fuck. Oh, we can make it happen now. We can make it happen then. Man, you're a contract. I mean, you're an obligated contractual. I can't even get the damn word out. I hate my ass get tongue twisted. You got contract obligations under Bob Erm to sit down and say who you're going to fight. Now, yes, you do got the right to say, okay, this is the fight. But if Bob ain't agreeing with you on that goddamn fight, you're not having that fight, bro. You're not having that fight. So I don't even see T.O. and Devin Haney happening right now. You know what I mean? And I want it. I feel like it should happen. I feel like if Ryan Garcia and Tank fight, then Dev and T.O. should fight. You know what I mean? Especially if Tank and Ryan Garcia fighting at 135. If they fighting at 135, and then you have T.O. and Devin go at it, then they can match up right after that. But we know that it ain't gonna happen like that. Because like I say, these promoters, they care about filling up their coffins. And we know some of these cats, you know, like Mayweather just got Tank. He just got Tank. So he looking at it like shit. If Tank lose, I ain't saying Tank drop because Tank got a big ass fan base and people gonna still stick behind him, but he do lose some thunder. So Mayweather promotion lose a little thunder. You feel me? And with that being said, he go try to move Tank the way he want to move him. That's why they looking at the Ryan Garcia fight like it's a big ass fight, especially if Ryan go beat Luke Campbell. It's a big ass fight. You know, my brother Keith think if he beat Luke, they fight ain't gonna happen. But I still think it'll happen because I think they still believe Tank will beat Ryan Garcia. You know, but they go move the way they want to move. And I don't blame Tank for the situation. You know, I do look at Mayweather and question his ass a little bit, but I do understand the business of it. You got to play chess, not checkers. You know what I'm saying? But with T.O. and Devin, I feel like that's the fight to make, man. for undisputed. I feel like that's a hell of a fight, bro. You know, it's a like I say, the bull versus the matador, because we got to look at T.O. as the aggressor, you know, and it's a fight that Devin Haney can shine in if he can beat Teofimo Lopez and make his name just like that. Just like that. And everything he been saying, everything he said he was gonna do, that shit come to fruition. You know what I mean? It comes to fruition. But with that being said, Bob Arum not gonna let it happen. He's not gonna let it happen because he can't risk Teofimo Lopez losing to Devin Haney and the reward don't match the risk. You know what I'm saying? The reward do not match the risk. So if he ain't making the right amount of money to say I'm willing to let all these three titles go to this network or go to that network, that shit ain't happening, bro. Especially if I can't come back and say, okay, it was my fighter that beat him that control these other titles, so I still got a rematch or I still can put this fight against another fight and still make money. Bob, I'm not letting that shit happen right there. Like, it's just too early. It's just too early, man. So I just look at T.O. Don't try to talk business outside of what you're supposed to do is fight, because we all know without Bob Arum words, without Bob Arum go, you're not fighting no goddamn body, man. So Darius Robinson, what's going down, champ? Mr. Shelton, what's going down, bro? Say welcome back, Money Brown 100. Salute to the chat. I'm driving, so I can't shout out everybody. It's all love, bro. Hurricane Quarter, how you feeling? Who else in here? KQ say happy holidays to my man Money Brown TV and many more. Same to you and your family, KQ, bro. Same to you and your family. Trey Pine say my nephew Money Brown is out of the hole and back on deck on the compound. Big facts. Shayna say Ryan better make sure he tuck his chin in fighting Tank. For real, for real. He better tuck that motherfucker fighting Luke Campbell. Tadarius said, I said 3 years ago that Errol versus Crawford won't happen until 2022. We the fans, the only people losing. We're gonna talk about it in a minute. Say salute Shayna. Errol Bowden, what's going down? But go ahead, you can cook on it, bro, if you're ready.
Yeah, man. Like you saying, I mean, you pretty much said it all. The bottom line with the Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez, fight is that it's not gonna happen because Bob Arum told you that he's not gonna make that fight. He said it. He said that Devin Haney ain't done enough. Devin Haney don't hold enough weight. That's what he's saying. Now we know that Devin Haney got that belt. We know that he got the WBC title, but they sit here and then they're giving franchise titles out. They giving franchise titles out, so that's a way out. And if your promoter saying that he's not gonna make that fight, it don't matter what Teofimo Lopez say or won't. If his promoter saying that nah, that's not the fight. We got these other fights on the table. He don't bring enough money to the table. We're not doing that. It ain't nothing he could do. It's nothing he could do. But that $10 million shit, I mean, he know he ain't getting no fucking, especially under Top Rank. He know he ain't getting $10 million to fight nobody. Shit, under Top Rank, he can go to MMA. He could go and fight Conor McGregor in a cross MMA boxing match, and Bob Arum still ain't gonna pay him 10 mil. So he already know that $10 million. If he want to see anything close to $10 million, he better buy himself out of that contract he got with old Bob over there and go over and fuck with Al Heyman. Other than that, he knows he not about to see $10 million to fight nobody. So I don't even really pay too much attention to that. But yeah, man, I think that the fight that I really want to see, I want to see Teofimo Lopez and Tank Davis. I think that's a hell of a fight. That's the fight that I would want to see. And I think that Bob Arum, Teofimo Lopez and his team, I think they'll make that fight in a heartbeat. I know that's a fight that they'll make. Now, I don't think that, Leonard Ellaby and Floyd Mayweather and them, they'll make that fight. They're not going to make that fight. But that's a fight that I think that Bob Arum would be willing to, make happen, because that's a big ass fight. As far as Devin Haney, I think that Devin Haney, just because he is holding the title that says WBC on there, he is holding that title. I think that he do deserve, to be able to fight Teofimo Lopez, so we can get that shit out the way. Let's see who is the real WBC champion, without it be an argument, into it. So we don't have to argue back and forth. You know, the WBC strap that Devin Haney got is the WBC strap. It wasn't no motherfucking franchise belt. That's a made up belt that they just made up recently. Wasn't no such thing as a franchise belt. So the belt that Devin Haney has is the WBC strap, you know. But on the other end, we know that Devin Haney ain't fought nobody. We know that Teofimo Lopez, he has a much, much better resume than Devin Haney. So put him in the ring and have him fight and get it over with. But like Money said, these promoters are looking at the money and the business side. They're not looking to see, okay, who is gonna give us the best fight, or they're not looking at none of that shit most of the time. They're looking at the financial aspect of it. What fight can they make to make the most money? You know, other than that, forget what the fans want. Forget what the fans want. So Money, he 100% on point when he say that, because that's the way it is. That's the way it is. Devin Haney gonna have to go out there and fight one of these. He gonna have to go out there and just fight one of these other big names, or step up opponents, whatever you want to call it. And he gonna make it to where he gonna have to make it to where very soon they gonna have to fight him. Where if the fight is big enough, the commission every day they gonna the boxing the WBC or whatever, they gonna push for that fight. They gonna demand that fight to happen if Devin Haney can make it big enough. But right now, Devin Haney ain't making enough noise, and I fuck with Devin Haney. I fuck with Devin Haney because I love Devin Haney for the fact is that he is willing to fight any and everybody. He's calling out any and everybody. He is one of the few fighters that really don't duck no smoke. And he a champion. He has the WBC title, right? And he's a champion moving like he's an up and coming still, right? Calling out everybody, wanting to smoke with everybody. So it shouldn't be hard for Devin Haney to get no fights with nobody because he is the WBC champion. So I don't see what the fuck the problem is. You know what I'm saying? It's just like Gary Russell. Gary Russell done had that WBC title for 6 years. Almost 6 years now, right? Yeah, about 6 years now, right? And it's hard for him to get fights. He has the WBC strap, right? At 126, and he can't get no fights with these guys, right? But I thought y'all wanted to be champions. I thought y'all wanted the belts, right? But see, that's the problem, Money. When you got all these different belts out there, well, the belts ain't important because shit, you can go around this belt and you can go around that belt depending on who has the strap. Nah, I just go ahead and fight over here for the IBF. Nah, I'll go ahead and fight for the WBO because that's an easier strap. Shit, get rid of all them belts, and I bet you, get rid of all them belts, and I bet you will find real quick, right, who the real dogs is in each division. Get rid of all them belts and have 1 or 2 belts. That's all you need to do, but they ain't gonna do that because boxing is built off of corruption and money, and corruption and money go hand in hand. And I ain't talking about Money Brown TV. I'm talking about that green dollar.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? So, man, basically the only good thing that it does for boxing is that it gives us something to come on here and debate and argue about and talk about. But other than that, ain't none of that shit good for boxing.
That's bro.
Man.
Hey, shouts out to Cerebral Shadow Boxing for the donation, man. Much love, much appreciated. He said, money for support to the channel, man. Appreciate that, child. Much love always. Yeah, you hit it on the head, bro, for real. But that's why I say I fell out with the hype of boxing, bro. You know what I mean? I should be stuck in all the fucking hype. Like, I learned my little lesson, dog. You feel me? Start making all these videos, think you go get this fight, get that fight, and that shit never happened. I said, oh, hell no. That shit, because it pissed you off, bro. It pissed you off. And that's why you get cats out here full of hostility and being mad and shit when certain fights don't happen, dog. I learned to say, nope, look at this shit for what it is, dog. Understand what the business is. Once I get into something, I want to understand what the fuck it is, right? Because I ain't going to be the nigga that's going to be chasing the motherfucking cattail or none of that shit, running around, ring around and rosy. I'm getting to this shit. I'm gonna understand what it is and take it for what it is at the end of the day. Because like I say, especially nowadays in this day, if you got something that's working, they not gonna try to fuck that up for nobody. So if you got a blueprint with a fighter and it's working, and you turn them into a star, and you pulling in money and it's filling up their coffers and making him look good doing that, they not gonna change that shit. That's gonna be they blueprint, and they gonna use that shit to the best of their ability until motherfuckers say, "Oh, you can't use it no more." You know what I mean? So they go wear that shit out. Just like if you're making money, if that shit pulling in, any human being. Shit, if you got a way of making money and that shit coming in, you like, nigga, I got a lick over here, bro, and that shit just
Right.
coming in. You ain't fit to stop doing what you doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck that shit is working. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
yeah. So at the end
Money
of the
negates all of it. Money negates
day,
all of it.
exactly, bro. That's what you hit it. Kid ain't shit but an organized crime ring. Boston ain't shit but an organized crime ring. That's why you got motherfuckers like us can come and talk about this shit and get involved in this shit and touch the fighters and touch the people. And we can't do this shit with no football, basketball, baseball, none of that shit. Some of the shit we say, them motherfuckers be suing the shit out our ass, or we be getting copyright left to right. You'll be like,
Right.
man, fuck this shit. You know what I mean? That's a whole different ball game, you know. So at the end of the day, we can start our own fucking boxing business up. Me and Kia can go get a license right now, get some fucking venues, get some fighters that got their license. That's why it's easy to maneuver in this shit, bro. It's easy, but like I say, that's why I look at it for what it is, Key, and take it for what it is. I'm not for to pull my fucking hair out. I'm not for to go gray. I'm not for to be pissed off or lose no sleep over none of that shit. Because like I say, it's a lot of great fighters in this boxing game. You know what I mean? I like to see their skills put to use. But of course, we want to see the best versus the best. But at the end of the day, this they business and this how they getting down, bro. You know what I mean? But we need to see the best versus the best. I want to see the shit. Coming from a fan perspective, I do want to see the shit. But if you're coming from the fighters and the promoters perspective, it's a whole different world. It's a whole different world, and always gonna be different from how the fans do the shit. You know what I'm saying? But I want to touch on this a little bit. I want to touch on Shakur Stevenson, bro, because I was looking at an interview and he came out and they asked him about why him and Andre Ward parted ways. You know what I mean?
I seen that. Yep. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
He said, that's a question for Andre Ward. You know what I mean? So I'm like, damn. Usually the fighter part ways with somebody. So Andre Ward looked like he parted ways with, you know what I'm saying, Shakur Stevenson for whatever reason. You know what I mean? I don't know what the reason is. I hope somebody asks Andre Ward that question so we can see what the reason was. But you know, Shakur didn't look like he lost no sleep over this shit or nothing like that. But I was a little puzzled. I was a little puzzled. Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? He ain't touched on it. Even with dudes like, well, Ward was like he still play a role, you know, in your career, things that nature. Shakur was looking like shit.
He don't know. Like,
Yeah,
shit,
I don't know
you
what
gotta ask that man.
yeah, like that's a
And
question for Andre Ward.
you know what I noticed? Money. I noticed before that, right? It was another interview that recently that Shakur Stevenson was doing. I think it might have been right before his fight, right? Because he just fought. And they was asking him, about, who he looked up to in boxing, his role models or whatever. And the thing that I noticed, right, is he named Pernell Whitaker, he named James Prince, and I forget who else he named, right?
He said he looked up when he was young, he looked up to Tank Erickson Lewin.
But
he said about Floyd too. He said he saw how he get them moves forward.
Floyd, right? And what he named to everybody that he looked up to in the boxing, right? And he didn't name Andre Ward, right? Before and now and I noticed that, and this is before I knew any of this, right? This is before I knew they had part ways, and I noticed, and I'm like, damn. And in my head, I'm like, oh, he forgot to name Andre Ward, because before, that Shakur Stevenson, he will always name Andre Ward. That was the first person he will always say was Andre Ward. He'll tell you about Floyd Mayweather, and then he'll tell you about, Pernell Whitaker, and, but he will always talk about Andre Ward.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed he ain't named Andre Ward out of none of those people, and he made it clear, like, who he looked up to, and he didn't say nothing about Ward. So right there, that's when I first noticed, like, damn, why he ain't say Ward? Did he forget? But now you could see something went on that and you know, it ain't really my part to, you know, to dibble and dabble and try to make speculation and this and that. But you can see it, man. Something went on, and it looks like Ward tried to, you know, part his way. Ward parted ways with him. I don't know what it is, and you know, all we could do is you know, guess and speculate. But you know, I think that's
Yeah.
something that we'll probably find out somewhere down the line. But yeah, like you said, that was interesting to me because I thought that Ward and him were very close, you know,
Mhm.
and you can see it ain't really that way no more because shit, he like shit, I don't know. You gotta ask him. And left it at that.
Facts, bro. And that's what I was thinking. Shouts out to my brother Batman in the building. The bet. What's going down, Bet? You got that bet signal, huh, bro? What's going down, champ? Thanks for jumping in, bro. But yeah, man.
What's
J Mac.
good with it, Batman?
Yeah, and that's why I say, I ain't gonna speculate on too much because I don't know what the reason was and things of that nature. But it was just kind of strange though, a little bit like, damn, dog, because we all thought that shit, Shakur probably parted ways with Andre Ward. You know what I'm saying? Just looking at the
Right.
situation, like, damn, Shakur let Ward go. Was it this and that? But you never know in this business, man. You never know, man. You never know, dog. So that was just something a little strange though. But we'll see though. But you see how Shakur talked about him and Tank down the line? How that's gonna be the big fight for him?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I seen that, man.
yeah, man.
Um,
Hopefully we can get that shit.
and you see Shakur, you see Shakur, he got a different temperament than all these other young uh fighters, right? Shakur is
Uh-huh.
like, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? When it come to fighting, I don't have no friends.
He want to fight
Ain't no
everybody. You
friends.
hear me?
I want to fight. I want to smoke with everybody. I don't give a damn if you say you my friend. Well, if we friends, we could be friends and make this bread. And his mind frame is different. Like I don't have no friends. I'll beat your ass and we could be cool after that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He
bro.
he like you said with Harrington, with Jamel Herring. I mean my bad. Jamel Herring. Like you said with Jamel, he said, shit. Well, I thought y'all was friends. He said, man, I don't have no friends in boxing. You know what I'm saying? That's when it come to, you know, competition and these belts and all of that, it ain't no such thing as friends with me. And we see that him and Tank Davis is real tight. But
Exactly.
he like shit. When it come down to that to this fighting, he ain't my friend no more. You know? Shit. I mean, it's just like in the streets.
For
Sometimes you
real.
get into it with your partner, you throw it down, and then y'all cool afterwards.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know, we Shakur Stevenson, he built different, man. He built different in his confidence. And these people, they got a problem because now he got the big heads, you know, telling him that he's the best. And now he really believes that. And like I said before, boxing is 80% mental. And when you have that mental to where you believe I am the best and nobody can beat me, you show it, and you show it inside and outside of the ring, and it makes you more dangerous because you don't know how to lose. You don't even think, you don't have a thought of losing to anybody. But the way you show it outside of the ring is because he's showing that he's ready, willing, and able, right, and wanting to fight any and everybody. It don't matter who it is. You haven't
Facts.
heard Shakur Stevenson say no to nobody, right? It don't matter who it is.
Facts.
All of them, all of them. Shit, I would like to see. So we talking about Burchell. He already talking about he like shit. I'm gonna go in there after I beat Frampton or Jamel Herring, right? He said I'm going straight to a Burchell fight. He said I don't want no tune up. I don't want no fight in between. I want to go straight to the smoke. Period. And he was like, when I beat him, I'm gonna beat him so easy, y'all not gonna give me credit for it. He said, I'm gonna beat these guys so easy, y'all gonna make excuses and y'all not even gonna want to give me credit for it. And that's some real shit because he ain't looking past you, he looking straight through you. And he telling you what he gonna do to these guys. He ain't said,
Mhm.
oh, I'm gonna go in there and knock them out and this and that. No, he's telling you he's gonna beat them so easy he ain't even gonna get credit for it because he gonna make them look like nobodies. You know what I'm saying? Just like Roy Jones used to do. Y'all say I don't fight nobody, I just make him look like nobody. Y'all must have forgot. For real. And I see Shakur Stevenson in the confidence that the young man has, the supreme confidence that he has, right? I could look at somebody and tell when they really believe what they saying, right?
Facts, bro.
And you could look at him and you could tell like he really believe what he talking about. He really believe what he talking about, and he gonna do it. And it ain't nothing that kid say that I don't believe. You know what I'm saying? Because he believes it. And then every time he come in the ring, he show it. He show it. Like I say, it ain't all about knocking. Can you knock out every opponent? Because that shit cool. It's cool money. But we all know when you step up to that A+ level competition, you're not gonna knock out every opponent anyway. So you know what I'm saying? In the long run, it's cool, but it really don't matter.
Exactly, bro.
So yeah, man. Shakur, man, he that guy, and he is going to continue to beat all these guys and make them look easy, and then his name is going to be connected to all of the top fighters. But one thing I really would want to see, and it'll be a big ass fight. It'll be a big ass fight from just the two stables in the area that they in. I want to see Gary Russell and Shakur. I would like to love to see Gary Russell and Shakur Stevenson fight.
Look, I knew this was coming. Look,
oh shit!
You know what's coming.
Oh man, I ain't even see that. Hey, as soon as I said Gary Russell, motherfucking Batman name pop up on this damn thing. I can't see the comments. I could just see them when you put them up on the screen. Well, yeah, but what you mean, Batman? Well, let me see what he said. Put the comment up there again.
He say so. Why he ain't want to unify at the 126-pound division? Come on, Shakur.
What you talk, man? It first of all, where is more money at? 126 or 130? Where's more money at? It's more money in the 130-pound division, right? And he wouldn't have been able to. I mean, yeah, he could have fought Gary Russell, but could he have really fought Gary Russell? You think that Bob Arum would have let him fight Gary Russell? You think that Bob Arum would have did business with Gary Russell? For real, Gary Russell, my guy. But we know, you know this, Batman. We've talked about the people that Al Heyman and them that Gary Russell do business with. They're not even putting him in these big fights. They not even doing business, the right business with him, putting him in these big fights. So what make you think that Shakur Stevenson, come on, Batman, don't do that. What make you think that Shakur Stevenson would have been able to make a fight with Gary Russell over there at Top Rank? Come on now. You know better than that, Batman. You know that's a fight that whatever you say, that wasn't going to happen. Now, that's a fight that I would love to see. I would love to see that fight because from a technical standpoint, I think that's one of the best fights in all of boxing, right? You got a young, you got a young chess king, right? Against a veteran, against the veteran master, right? And that's a fight. Can the young king, you know what I'm saying? Can he solve the puzzle and beat the master? Because Gary Russell is the master when and that's a fight that I would love to see. That's a high quality chess match right there at its best between them two. But that's a fight that it would shit. I mean, how was we gonna make that happen? How would they make that fight happen when Bob Arum wouldn't go make it happen, and then Al Heyman and Al Heyman and them on that side, they wouldn't go put their foot forward to make it happen for Gary Russell. So that's something that you talking about when you say, "Oh, why he didn't unify at 126 with Gary Russell?" Because I know that's what you meant with Gary Russell. How was that? I want you to explain to me how was that gonna happen? How is that gonna happen?
You know how Beck will come in. And you know Bob and Bob, they weren't trying to look at my little brother. You know how bad it is.
Yeah, but that's the truth. They weren't trying to
Yeah,
look at him. But how's it gonna happen if the promoters on both sides, right, ain't trying to look at him and give him no shine? It wasn't gonna happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just like me saying, well, if you say Gary Russell the best, why Gary Russell didn't unify at 126? Because Shakur Stevenson, he just had got a belt at 126. It was other champions at 126. Why Gary Russell didn't unify at 126 if he was the best? That's like if I came and said some shit like that, right? When we all know why Gary Russell didn't unify at 126 because they wouldn't give him a chance to unify at 126. So come on, man.
I'm gonna say this. Bro. Shakur would have fought Gary Russell, bro. And Brotherhood, I seen your comment too. First of all, shouts out to my brother Blue Blood in the building. Blue was going down, big bro. They didn't free me, Blue. They didn't let me off the leash, bro. You know they didn't let it look. They didn't let me go, Blue. You know it's on now, bro. You know it's
Blue
on.
Blood. Blue Blood Sports TV. Shout out to Blue Blood in the building. The king of this thing.
Shakur touched on that, Brotherhood. He said, yeah, he would have fought Navarrete. People thought he was running from Navarrete. They ain't want to make that fight happen with him, bro. You know what I'm saying? He would have fought Navarrete. Navarrete, he the type of fighter, bro, that Shakur, like, he just come with big punches. You know what I'm saying? He tall, he long, but he wasn't going to be no Shakur Stevenson, bro. Right? He wasn't going to be no Shakur Stevenson. My brother Will McClady in the building, be more up in this thing, man. So salute to Money Brown TV and everything, boxing, be more stand up. You already know, champ. Love to see you, bro. Look,
Yes, sir. Salute.
You gotta think about this, man. Bob Arm is all about the money, bet. He's all about the money, bro. So you say he was calling out to unify against Josh Wants, who had a whole country behind him, bro. You know what I mean? And he was calling out Leo Santa Cruz, who had a whole country behind him. But you know, when they looked at Gary Russell, bro, and I keep it real. When you look at Gary, they see high risk, low reward. That's how these promoters looking, bro. That's how they looking at Gary, bro. They looking at, oh, Gary be out, he don't be fighting this and that. You know, they know he fucking dangerous. They know he's dangerous. That's not a fact. If a motherfucker say Gary ain't dangerous, then you'll just be lying. You know what I mean? They know he's dangerous. So like, okay, are we willing to risk this? Are we willing to risk our young champion getting beat, getting his scrap taken, and going over that way? You know what I'm saying? Or do we go over here where, yes, it's a risk, but it's gonna be a nice reward? And you know, Josh Warren ain't got the skills of a fucking Gary Russell Jr. Nor do Leo Santa Cruz. You know what I mean? I think they both good fucking champions. Don't get me wrong. They're credible champions and they fucking valid if you beat their ass. But they ain't got the skills of Gary Russell Jr. They don't know how to adapt like that man do, bro. You know? So when they look at that shit, and you know, Shakur, he's still making his bones, right, Keith? He's still making his bones. But now, right now, because I seen him do an interview. I seen him do an interview saying that he would have fought Gary. He's like, I'll have fought Gary. You know what I'm saying? He said, I'll fight Gary. You know what I mean? So
I think that he has. See, what I think it is, man, is I think that he looked up to Gary Russell. He looked up to Gary Russell.
He said it. He said, I got respect for Gary.
Yeah, so he has so much respect for Gary, right? So he not gonna go and talk bad or call out Gary Russell like he do these other guys. You know what I'm saying? It would take Gary Russell to come in and be like, you know, and start coming at Shakur like he did them other guys, and then I think that Shakur would then respond. But you know how it is, man. When you look up to somebody like that, and he look up to Gary Russell like that, I don't think he feel comfortable with coming at Gary Russell like he would do some of these other guys. You know.
That's what he said. I got respect for Gary. You know what I mean? What if he's saying that about the hands? You know what I'm saying, for his fight? Or if he's saying that shit for us, like, okay, I respect him as a man because of what he stands for, things of that nature, where I ain't just gonna call him out and just try to do no shit. But Shakur will fight anybody, bro. To me, he'll fight anybody, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, moving him along of growing his stature, you know, take him to the UK, let him beat Carl Frampton. I mean, sorry, not Carl Frampton. Josh Warrington. Let him go smoke Josh Warrington, who beat Carl Frampton, who beat this fighter, who beat that fighter. Let him beat Leo Santa Cruz, who got Mexico behind him, 3-division world champion at the time, with the fan base he got. You know what I mean? So when you building a fighter like that, bro, bet you know the game, bro. You know the game, man. especially when you're building the fight up. You know the game. You know what I mean? So I look at it like this, bro. I ain't gonna say Shakur's afraid to fight nobody. Nobody. You know what I'm saying? Nobody. But they trying to build him into a champ. I mean, a star. They trying to build him into a star. And that's all these promoters trying to do that shit, bro. That's all he say he did. Go pull up the receipt. I seen Gary when he say he'll fight Shakur. I seen that. I seen it. I don't need to go pull that up. I seen it. You know what I mean? But when you, like I say, man, when you on this side of town, and just like he say, looking at Bob, you know what I'm saying? Who gonna pay who? Who gonna pay who? You know what I'm saying? Is Bob gonna pay Shakur? I mean, sorry, is Bob gonna pay Gary Russell? That shit ain't looking like it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Is Al and them gonna pay Shakur the money that Bob looking for, and for them to fight him? We know that shit probably don't happen. So at the end of the day, they on two different sides of the streets and two different playing fields right now, bro. To me, you know what I mean? I think he probably feel the same way. They on two different playing fields right now, bro.
That's a fact, though.
Yeah. So he say, but he have no friends in boxing. He don't got no friends in boxing. That's why I say he will fight your brother, bro. Shakur ain't afraid to fight no Gary Russell. He will fight your brother. But once again, who is going to pay who? Who is going to pay who? Because we see Bob don't want to pay no goddamn body right now, man. He ain't trying to pay nobody. You know, so at the end of the day, that's why I want Gary to just, man, fight who the fuck you can get. You know what I mean? If these boys don't want to fight you, well, still prove yourself and keep yourself relevant in the people's eyes. You know what I'm saying? As long as you stand in the people's eyes, then fights gonna have to come into fruition anyway. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying, bro. But like I say, I said it yesterday on Keon's. No, that wasn't yesterday. The day before yesterday on Keon's show, bro. When he got these young fighters coming up, bro, they looking to mismatch these young fighters with the young fighters. You know what I'm saying? And trying to make that shit happen because they hot with this social media shit, and they trying to fill their coffins up, bro. They trying to fill up their coffins. You know what I mean? And we all can see that shit. They playing chess in boxing. They playing chess, and they ain't trying to let that man get jumped over.
And one thing to keep it real, you know, shit, because Gary Russell is one of my favorite fighters by far, and always have been. But ain't nobody tell Gary Russell to go out there and fight one fucking fight a year. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? And oh well, I couldn't get the fights that I wanted. That ain't really no excuse. You can't go out there and fight one fight a year, and then on the other end cry about the fights that you ain't getting and this and that. You was fighting once a year. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't never said this, but let's just if we're gonna talk about it, let's just get down to the real. Nobody fucking told him to only fight one time a year. You know what I'm saying? That was his choice and his decision that he made. Yeah, the bigger names would fight him, but if he kept fighting, these other guys, eventually the bigger names would have had to fight him because that would have made Gary Russell would have stayed in your face. You see what I'm saying? When the fighters stay in your face, that's when they make you pay attention to them. You know what I'm saying? He could have kept knocking out Rudy Poos or C-level class fighters or whatever.
Triple G did it, Key.
Whatever. He could have kept doing it, right? Until he made them notice him. Right? He could have stayed in your fucking face until he made them notice him. But he didn't. So whose fault is that? So don't get to crying and shit when he's like, oh well, these guys won't fight him. Well, didn't nobody tell you to fight one time a year? That was your choice.
Yeah, Triple G did that shit all the way up to how many tight defenses to what they say he caught up with Benoit Hopkins. Shit. So that's all I want Gary to do, man. It's like if you can't get these young bulls, don't let these motherfuckers control your career, bro. Keep it going. Keep it going. Stay on your track. You know what I'm saying? Continue to call their little ass out, but stay on your track. Because as we see, time fly in this boxing game. That shit fly. And it don't matter how long you've been a champion or this, that, and the third. When it comes down to the end of the day, it's all about what have you done for me lately. You know what I'm saying? And I do know my man's is a champion, been a champion for a while, man. And I won't give him to get the respect that he deserves. I want him to get the fights that he wants, bro. But we see now it's not happening in boxing. It's not. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to stay on your lane, go fight who's out there that you can fight, continue to knock their ass out if you got to knock them out, and keep moving on with your career. But I won't be the type that You know what I'm saying? Letting these motherfuckers control my career or waiting on them to fight me, bro. Because I'm Gary Russell Jr. My name is my name. You feel me? Like I say, push for that Lomachenko fight back. Get that motherfucker rematch with Lomachenko. Go beat his ass. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot out there for Gary, man. And it's fucked up to say that he can't get these fights. But when you say that you're going to go up to a different weight class and you still sitting at your weight class, people going to start questioning that shit, bro. You
Right?
know?
Because I used to get mad, man, because I'm like, man, I love seeing Gary Russell in the ring. And, I'm like, damn, when is he gonna fight? Why he ain't fighting? Why he ain't fight? And then after so many years of that shit, you know, you start like not I don't want to say forgetting about him, but you start like, shit, well, out of sight, out of mind. Like you ain't seen him in so long, and damn, then you start paying attention to these other fighters more. You know, then you be like, oh yeah, damn, Gary Russell is in this weight class, but he ain't fought in a year. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Like, did nobody tell him to do that?
Yeah,
He,
though. Go, you can finish, okay? You done?
huh?
So you want to finish up? I ain't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, I'm just saying it. And okay, let me go to these comments. Hold on. I see. I see. Batman says if he didn't have a belt, I would have to agree with you. Yeah, but see, this the thing is, it doesn't matter because now he has a belt, right? He fighting these C-level fighters, right? He got a belt. He fighting these C-level fighters. If he keep knocking them off, you know this just like I do, right? Batman. If he stay in your face, after a while, you can't do nothing but have to, acknowledge him if he stay in your face. Every time he come up, you know what I'm saying? Gary Russell beating the shit out of these dudes, knocking these dudes out. Yeah, they lower class opponents, but he looking good doing it. He's standing in your face. Now the fans are demanding it. Now the fans are demanding seeing Gary Russell in the ring with one of these other guys, right? At 126 or 130, wherever, right? Now the fans are demanding it, right? Because he out there making noise. Look at Edgar Berlanga, right? He out here, he fighting every few months, but he knocking out dudes. But these dudes that he knocking out, don't nobody know who the hell these dudes is. We ain't never seen these motherfuckers in the ring before. But he's still doing it, and he's making a big ass buzz because he's doing it and he's looking good doing it, right? Gary Russell with the belt that he has, he could have kept doing it, and then the fans would have demanded it. He fighting on Showtime already. You know what I'm saying? He already was fighting on Showtime. So he would have made it. He would have made them have to come up and fight him. You feel me? Because well shit, man, his name is every time we turn around, we hear Gary Russell. Yeah, he ain't fighting nobody, but every time we turn around, we hear Gary Russell. Look at him, look at him. And then you know how boxing is. People gonna be like, man, Gary Russell beat all of these dudes. Look how he looking in the ring and make a name for himself. So he chose the route that he chose. Because when Gary Russell's asked why is he only fighting once a year, this, and that, he said plenty of times, well, he tried to get the fights with the bigger names, but they don't want to fight him. Okay, well, fuck them. Move on and fight these lower class dudes or B level, C level cats until they have to fight you. Simple as that.
Facts, facts. We're gonna move on to the next topic, man, because we can be on this one all day, man. But I want to see Gary get the fights that he's looking for, bro. He deserves it. He put in the work in the game. But don't let these cats hold up your career, bro. You know what I'm saying? Stay on your grind, get as much money as you can. Cause like I say, bro, boxing is on here for a short period of time. I'm gonna move on to Canelo, key his situation. You know what I mean? Then I'm gonna get to Errol and Bud, then I'm call it quits. But Canelo, bro. Canelo, the unified champion at 168 pounds, right? And it's rubbing a lot of people wrong. Some people don't agree with the moves that he's making. A lot of people, even my boy, my brother Matthew Valentine. Thank you so much for the donation, child. Much love, much appreciated. My bro, the brotherhood in her. When he was on a other little clown channel, like he said, and it was kind of real when he said TFE didn't need all these motherfucking extra, you know what I'm saying, little things to get ahead. He didn't have to be in position or have all these fucking stipulations put in the way to get in ahead when he was like, You know, the everything that he named, right? But I'm gonna say this, bro. Canelo is one of the biggest names in boxing, right? When you're one of the biggest names in boxing, bro, you're able to get away with certain shit. I'm not saying it's right. You feel me? I'm not saying it's right. But when you pulling in money left to right and everybody eating good, they gonna treat your ass like a king. They gonna treat you like a star. You go get extra little shit for as gloves, rings. Or if you want this fight this time to do this, or if you want this fight, you got to do this. You know what I mean? And people agree to that shit. People agree to it. Tim, my brother was going down. I seen you on Blood Box today, Tim. I had went back and caught the replay, dog. Salute to you and your wife, man. Happy holidays, champ. So you know what I mean? Fighters are going to agree. You know, if you agree to what's going on, you sign that contract, that's it to me. That's it. I don't give a fuck about nothing else because you agreed to it. When you're a champion, look at Caleb Plant, for instance, Keith, when he said, you know what? I could have fought Canelo on a short notice, but fuck that shit. I ain't getting treated like that. I need my full training camp. I respect that shit.
Right.
I respect it. If I get the fight or not. I respect it. It's like, motherfucker, I ain't going into this motherfucker not 100% against you. Fuck no, you been training your ass off, this and all that shit. Fuck no, we'll be on even playing fields around this motherfucker. Other than that, I move on. But if you sign your name on that dotted line and you say, all right, I accept, that's on your ass. That means whatever that's in that contract that you feel like you're not obligated to or you're not ready for, you should have had your ass ready for it. You know what I mean? Or otherwise, don't sign the contract, bro. So when you Canelo Alvarez and he putting that type of money in your pocket, people will sacrifice certain shit. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm just telling you how the business is and how the shit work right now. You know what I mean? When you're one of the biggest names in boxing, you'll get away with certain shit, man. You know, ain't nobody passing up on no good ass money. Ain't nobody passing up on no good ass money. You know what I mean? Especially if you know you've been fighting for a while now, you ain't seen the big ass paycheck. You ain't giving up on your biggest paycheck. You did. You're not gonna give up on it. You say, question, Money, what ranks higher, four-time champ or division unification? I mean, you can say a four-time champion depending on who you fought for him. You know what I mean? We were saying those things, but we know if you become a four-time champ, you're going to the Hall of Fame. A division unification, you fight another world champion. That's still great shit too because you fight another champion inside the division. But I gotta say a four-division world champion because you move up four times in four division and you beat, you know what I'm saying, some top names in those divisions or the best at the division. Then you gotta say a four-time champion. You know what I mean? But with Canelo, look at that man. I ain't fit to say that bad. Hell no, dog. I ain't fit to do Canelo like that, bro. I ain't doing that shit. He's a hell of a fighter. He's a hell of a fighter, dog. Canelo is a hell of a fighter. Whether you agree with the moves he make, things of that nature, you can't say that man can't fight. You cannot say he can't fight because Canelo resume, it ain't no shitty resume now. That people trying to make it out to be. His resume is not no shitty resume, dog. You know what I mean? He got good names on that motherfucker in their primes when he was a young bull. You know what I'm saying? Now that he's the number one nigga in the game, arguably the number one nigga in the game, you feel me? He moving on his chessboard, how he move on his chessboard. Now, going into these next fights, like he said on this show, the Abner Uterine shit, I don't know how Abner Uterine get put in position. Like people saying he fought the shit out of Andre Darrell in that situation, so they kept him out. But we know, man, that's a knockout waiting to happen. It's a knockout waiting to happen. You feel me? But Caleb Plant and Jose Benavidez, either or. Either or, you know what I mean? And I'm not taking away from Canelo with the Canelo Smith fight. I give him credit for that fight. A lot of people don't give him credit for it because the way he beat him. You feel me? So they want to say, oh, this and oh, that and all that shit. But nah, I'm giving him credit for Callum Smith, bro. Callum Smith was undefeated. He was a champion. Like I said, he ain't the best champion at the division, but shit, he's still a champion. So he damn sure get credit for me for that fight. You feel me? But now, you know, you got Caleb Plant and you got Benavidez right there. You know, that Abner Uterine fight is just a waste of time, bro. And I don't even like to say fight's a waste of time, but that fight is a pure waste of time, bro. That man has nothing for Canelo. He has nothing for Canelo, bro. Nothing. And to be real with you, if it go 12, he gonna take a hell of a ass beat. But that fight shouldn't even. Oh yeah, David Benavidez, right on, brother, right on. That fight shouldn't even last 5 to 6 rounds, in my opinion, with Canelo and that dude. You know what I mean? That fight shouldn't even last 5 or 6 rounds. So now with the Canelo situation, the fighters that's on the market for him that everybody wants to see him fight. Like I say, David Benavidez, Caleb Plant, Jamal Charlo, Demetrius Andrade, and we can say Errol Spence Jr., right? But Errol Spence, to me, I want to see him move up the right way to fight Canelo. I don't want him to rush to that fight, and that don't because I don't think he can beat him. But I want you to be comfortable and fight at that weight first, so you can see where you at that weight. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna stick to Jamal Charlo, um, Demetrius Andrade, Callum Plant, and fucking David Benavidez. You know, and the best fight I want to see right now, it'll be the Jamal Charlo fight. I want to see him fight Jamal Charlo. And after that, I would like to see a Caleb Plant fight because I feel like those two styles, they will give him problems. You know, because we know with David Benavidez, it's gonna be a banger. That shit gonna be a banger. And Demetrius Andrade is gonna be something like a Laura because he gonna try to outbox your ass to a victory. But we know Charlo would bang with your motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying? He want to bang with you, but he got that jab that's long, you know. And even Bernard Hopkins, he came out and said that Charlo get Canelo problems. I don't know if he try to talk down on Canelo now that he left Golden Boy, what the situation is, or now they just want to tell the fucking truth. Because I feel like, especially after the Derevchenko fight, you know what I'm saying? Especially after the Derevchenko fight, bro. To me, at first I had Canelo up. I had Canelo winning the fight. I gave him the edge, right? After seeing what Jamal Charlo did to Derevchenko, I said it's a 50-50 fight. It's a 50-50 fight in my opinion, can go either way. You know what I mean? Because Charlo, that shit, what he did, that was amazing to me, bro. Looking at how Derevchenko fought Danny Jacobs and how he fought fucking Triple G, and then look how Charlo just dismantle him like that, bro. Beat the fuck out of that man. Yeah, Canelo got a problem on his hand. You know, he got a problem on his hand. So I just want to see Canelo fight one of these fucking credible fighters that people say credible. You know, so he can shut some people up. You know what I mean? So he can shut some people up because people look at Canelo and he the type of fighter that ain't gonna get no credit until he gone out the sport. That's where it's headed to for Canelo. That's where it's headed to for Canelo. Until he leave the sport, he the type of fighter ain't gonna get his just due for some of these motherfuckers. You know, but he's on the verge and he could be in the conversation of the greatest Mexican fighter of all time. He could be right there in the conversation with that shit. With the Marquez's, the Chavez's, things of that nature, bro. But you gotta fight those fighters, bro. And you can fight Andrade, you can fight Charlo, you can fight both of them, you can fight Plant, and you can fight Benavidez, and you still got Billy Joe Saunders' ass right there. You know he got a title, you know what I mean? But those four names right there, bro, will shut everybody up. If you can beat all four of those names, man, there's no denying Canelo at all. If you beat all four of those names, bro, there's no denying Canelo at all. You know what I mean? If you deny that man, then you just a pure hater of Canelo. You know what I'm saying? You just a pure hater of Canelo, and whatever he do, it ain't gonna be good enough for your ass. See?
To me, no, I don't mean to see. To me, if Canelo go beat Jamal Charlo and Caleb Plant, to me that's it. That's all you need to do. Like to me, if he beat them two back to back, it don't matter what order. If he could beat them two, to me, can't nobody say shit about Canelo ever again. He can go retire. You know what I'm saying? Do whatever the fuck he want to do. If he beat them two, so excuse me. So to me, to me, it's simple with Canelo. It's simple. You know, he don't even have no hard, long road to basically because he's already a Hall of Famer. But to submit himself in history books to me as one of the greatest fighters, I don't give a fuck if he's Mexican or purple, one of the greatest fighters, period, to ever fight. If he could go with the resume that he got, right, everything that he'd already done, if he can go beat Jamal Charlo and Caleb Plant back to back, who else is doing shit like that in boxing? You know what I'm saying? And so if he could do something like that, to me, that's all he need to do. But like you said, man, that Yildirim, man, that's some bullshit. But I explained why he got to fight Yildirim. But you know, go ahead, money.
Yeah, we know that mandatory shit popping away. Now you good, bro. That mandatory shit popping away, man, and it stops some shit. You feel me? But I feel you need a G on that though. But I ain't go. I ain't. You can't hold it against the man forever, bro. Triple G in the second fight, so it still shows that he's a bad motherfucker in the ring, you know. But just looking at Canelo, bro, I want to see him fight those fights because I want the dude to get the recognition that he deserves. Because I give Canelo a lot of credit, Key. I don't care what nobody says. I get that dude a lot of credit, bro. He put in the work. He put in the work, dog. You feel me? People can say this about him, they can say that about him, but that young motherfucker, he put in the work. And he go out there and he get the job done. He ain't lost since he lost to Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? And he got better since that. He got a lot better since that. And he took some of Floyd moves and put it into his own shit. So he didn't just take it as an ass whoop, he took it as a learning lesson. You know? So the game is what it is, bro. Like I say, people gonna move how they move on their chessboard. They got their own blueprints out here. I'm not saying this shit right. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, y'all do gotta put some type of respect on Canelo name, bro. Y'all gotta put some type of respect on that man name, bro. Because whether y'all like him or not, y'all motherfuckers watch him fight. Y'all watch him fight. What if y'all want to see him win or see him lose? You feel me? And that says a lot about a fighter. You know what I'm saying? That says a lot about a fighter. I want to see him fight Marcello. I want to see him fight David Benavidez. I want to see him fight fucking Caleb Plant. I want to see the fights. I want to see the fights. But all I'm saying is, y'all can't just discredit him for not fighting those fights right now. You know what I mean? Y'all just discredit him like y'all take all this credit away. Oh, if he ain't gonna fight this fight, he ain't gonna fight that fight, he ain't gonna fight this fight. Oh, he ain't shit. He this, he that. Like, nah, man, you can't do that to that man. You can't do that to that man, bro, because everybody move how they moving on their chessboard, and we can say that about a few fighters out here. You know what I'm saying? That's why I be like, if you ain't gonna keep that shit one way, I mean, if you ain't gonna say it for everybody, don't try to say it for just one person. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to say it for just one person, bro. But I'm giving Canelo all the credit in the world. I'm a fan of Canelo's. I'm a fan of Canelo's, dog. And the man put the work in. His skill set is right up there with the best of the best. You know what I mean? He go in there and do what he got to do in that motherfucker. He look impressive doing that shit. You know, regardless of how y'all want to say, oh, he ain't fighting this fight, he ain't fighting. I'm still giving that man his credit, bro. Because if you put him in there with those fighters, it's not like they finna just whoop his ass and dust him off. You know what I mean? If that's your favorite fighter you want him to fight, you're not gonna say, oh yeah, it's like a 70-30 for your favorite fighter. Or the most you can say is it's a 50-50 fight. The most you can say is it's a 50-50 fight at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Because even with all those dudes, if you're keeping it 100, you got to edge Canelo over all of them. You got to. And I'm just saying on paper. I ain't saying that they go beat him. When you match it up, just think of the bookies, Key. Canelo against Caleb Plant, Canelo gonna be the favorite. Canelo against David Benavidez, he gonna be the favorite. Canelo against Jamal Charlo, Canelo against Andrade. Even if it's by a split, it could be by a little split on a herd, but he's gonna be the favorite. So I still tell you a lot about Canelo, and every motherfucker still chasing him. So it still tell you a lot about Canelo. You know what I mean? So sometimes, man, even if it hurts to do the shit, sometimes I get a man some type of fucking credit, bro. You know what I mean? I gotta get him some type of fucking credit. You know, and that's how I look at the situation, man. And like I say, Canelo, he might be that fighter. Like he can go fight these fighters and get his just due now, but he gonna be the fighter Key that ain't gonna get his just due until you leave the sport, bro. That's my opinion.
But that's with all great fighters, you know what I'm saying? If you look down the line, most of all great fighters when they become as big as Canelo, you know, they don't really ever get their just due. It don't matter. They could go out and fight Godzilla. A motherfucker gonna be like, well, shit, he wasn't in his prime when he fought Godzilla. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? You seen that with Floyd Mayweather. You see it with all the great fighters. That's how you know when you get to that status. To, you know, a lot of people just ain't gonna give you credit for whatever you do. That's a fact. They did it with Roy Jones. They did it with Floyd Mayweather. Um, Shit, I mean, you look at Errol Spence now. They doing it with him now. It don't matter who he beat. You know what I'm saying? So it's always that element when you become that big. You know, you got a certain amount of people, a lot of fans ain't gonna give you credit for whatever you do. But I would love to see him. Like I said, I want to see him fight Charlo because shit, you know, the word is out. You've been ducking Charlo since what, 54? The Charlos, right? Um, Shit, I want to see him fight Caleb Plant, right? I would love to see that fight. I want to see him fight. I mean, Dudu Andrade, you know what I'm saying? That's a hell of a fight for him too. But at the end of the day, when he say and they say like shit, what has this dude done? You know, you've been a pro for 13 years, dog, and you ain't never fought nobody yet. So yeah, we know that him and Dudu Andrade will be a good fight, you know, and to be one of Canelo's toughest fights. He's a difficult fight for Canelo, but it's like, damn, dog, who you fighting? You need to fight somebody. I want to see him fight somebody to show that he even deserves to be up in that, and you know, in that upper
Top
echelon.
echelon. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to see him fight because yeah, we be like, oh, do this and do that, and okay, well, who the fuck has doo fought? You know what I'm saying? Like we say, yeah, you can do it's a whole lot you can do in the ring when you fighting Rudy Poot opponents. But can you do that same shit that you're doing in the ring with those Rudy Poot opponents that you fighting when you step up and you fight somebody in the top, you know, these top level fighters? We've never seen him fight a top level fighter. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like I said before, his best opponent on his whole resume is probably Vanez Monterosa.
Mm-hmm.
You dig what I'm saying? So man, it's like okay, we need to at least see you fight. We need to see you fight somebody before you talk about fighting Canelo. You know what I'm saying? But and then this motherfucker had a nerve enough to talk about Canelo ain't fighting nobody. Man, but that's a whole different story. But yeah, man, we need to see him fight somebody. And as far as Jamal Charlo and Caleb Plant, I know a lot of people gonna be like, well, Caleb Plant ain't fought nobody. Caleb Plant ain't been a pro near as long as Dudu Andrade, right? Um, and also Caleb Plant actually fought a real champion and beat him in Jose Uzcategui, right? Dudu Andrade still ain't got no Uzcategui on his resume. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, you know, I like Benavidez is another guy. Shit, he can even fight Benavidez, right?
Yep.
Um, I take Plant, Jamal Charlo, and Benavidez. He beat two of them out of the three. To me, that's greatness. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's greatness. But then you still gonna have people that's not gonna give him his credit, even if he do that. And I'm not saying that he can beat all of them. So don't you know what I'm saying? Don't twist my words. I'm not saying that he could beat all of them. I'm saying if he did, like he go beat Jamal Charlo, right? They gonna say, well, Jamal Charlo, you know, he had problems with when he fought Kobarov. He showed you know what I'm saying? He wasn't all of that, you know. Well then you say, well, Charlo turned around, beat the shit out of what's his name? Guy
Derevchenko.
he Dervinchenko. Well, Dervinchenko lost the Triple G and Daniel Jacob, you know, so they gonna make an excuse, right? Caleb Plant, he go beat Caleb Plant. They gonna say, well, Caleb Plant, who had he ever fought? Who had he ever beat? Right?
Mm-hmm.
He beat Benavidez. Then they gonna say, well, Benavidez, shit, he really had never beat nobody. So I mean, you know, that's just how it go, you know, in boxing. But you know, we know what it is, man. We know.
Yeah.
As far as Canelo, he do need to after this Yildirim fight, I think that he need to fight Caleb Plant or Charlo. I don't want to see no other fight besides Caleb Plant or Charlo if it's not David Benavidez, but we know he ain't gonna fight David Benavidez because he on some shit talking about he don't want to fight no more
Yeah,
Mexicans.
this case.
So I don't know what the hell that's about.
Right. But let me touch on this real fast, Key, because he say, for I haven't seen Canelo fight the best at 54 or 60 or 68. Well, I gotta say I gotta beg the difference because at 54, bro, he fought um, Austin Trout at his best when Austin Trout beat Miguel Cotto. He beat Austin Trout. He fought Laura. Laura was arguably the best fighter at that, well, second best at 154 because Nobody wanted to fight Laura. You know what I mean? He beat Laura. He moved up to 160. He beat Triple G. I feel like he beat Triple G twice, but Triple G was the best at 160. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say that he haven't fought the best at 54 and 160, bro. At 168, like I say, he fought Callum Smith. He was considered one of the best. They had him arguably the best 168-pound fighter at the division. But we all know, like I'm with y'all when we say Caleb Plant was the best. I feel like he's the best. But it don't take away from Callum Smith not being a good fucking fighter, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's just Canelo whooped his ass like that, and everybody discredit him. You know what I'm saying? Everybody go discredit. Oh, Canelo whooped his ass, and this and that. But nobody else has whooped his ass like that. So you got to get Canelo credit for that situation. You know what I mean? So I just can't say Canelo haven't fought the best, bro. Yeah, he did fight the best. You gotta remember. You gotta remember, bro. But we're gonna move on to the last topic, man. So we get on up out. We've been going for 2 hours and 15 minutes. Man, Errol Spence and Terrance Crawford, right? This situation now, it's taking a turn for the fucking worse, in my opinion. But looking at Bud, and he's saying his next fight might be Sean Porter if there's no Errol Spence, if there's no Manny Pacquiao. So I'm assuming, well, I ain't gonna assume nothing, but I'm gonna say that's looking like it's gonna be the next fight. You know what I'm saying? Porter said he finna activate the mandatory. Bud say he want him to activate it, then they can get it in. So that leaves Errol Spence in a position of, if you don't get Manny Pacquiao, who's next for you? You know what I mean? Who's next for you? What big fight out there that's for you? If you beat Danny, you got Sean Porter and Bud Crawford tied up. What you gonna do next, champ? You know what I'm saying? I'm praying you can get the Manny Pacquiao fight, but if you don't get the fight, what's next? So I'm trying to look out there and see what quality opponent that he can fight, because I'm on record saying if there's no Manny Pacquiao for EJ, I want to see him and Bud get it on, man. And I'm going to stand on my word for that. I'm going to stand on my word. You know what I'm saying? If there's no Manny Pacquiao, I want to see him and Bud get it on. So I'm going to see, and we know, I don't know if he go push and say, okay, Bud was up to 64 to try to push for the Bud fight. But what credible opponent out there for him that we can say, damn, all right, if it ain't Bud, then this shit is worth it besides Manny Pacquiao. You know what I mean? And I was looking at the list and shit, and like I said, we got Ugas them there, we got things of that nature, but it ain't really appeasing. You know what I'm saying? It ain't really appeasing like that. So I'm looking forward to go see what's next for my dude, man. We got to keep it real all the way around the board, dog. So I feel like, man, it's a possibility he can get the Manny Pacquiao fight, dog. But that's what I feel. Hey, that's what I was finna get to, bro. That's what I was finna get to right there. I was finna get to that point right there, bro. You gotta stop saying that, fuck Keith Thurman and you don't want to fight him of that nature, because Keith Thurman is that fucking fighter right there for you. He's right there for you, dog. You gotta understand, Keith Thurman only lost to Manny Pacquiao. He only lost to Manny Pacquiao, bro. You feel me? He beat Porter and Danny before you, E. You wanted this nigga all this time. Okay, now you finally got a chance to fold his ass up. Now you got a chance, dog. And it's going to be fucking credible. It's going to be very credible, dog. Put y'all boys on that press conference, and that shit is going to be fire. That shit is going to be fire. Because EJ going to talk about how he never wanted to fight him. We know Thurman going to talk that shit back. I don't give a fuck with nobody. Even if sometimes I don't want to hear shit Thurman got to say. But at the end of the day, he ain't going to shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Thurman know how to talk that shit back to your ass, whether you like it or not, whether it sound corny or whatever you think it is. You feel me? He gonna talk that shit back. And I promise you, you put Errol and fucking Thurman on pay-per-view, that shit is gonna sell, bro. That shit is going to sell. You understand me? It's going to sell. I still want that fight. You feel me? Now, I'm gonna talk about Bud and Errol last, right? We all in agreement, man. We all in agreement of that fight being a 60-40 split Errol Spence way. We all in agreement. And Bud ass need to let that fucking ego go. He need to let it go, man. Now, I understand you feel like you're older than Errol and things of that nature. We know the street shit that goes on where niggas feel like, oh, man, you ain't finna look like me. You ain't finna treat me like I'm some little kid or something, or telling me, oh, you got to take this or take that. You know what I mean? Because Errol is bossing up on his ass himself. Crawford got to take 60-40 to 730, whatever we give him. Of course he gonna take that shit as, oh man, who the fuck you think you talking to? Like, take whatever you give me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just some type of little Rudy Poo looking for a paycheck, even though it's his biggest fucking payday, So I can understand Terrance Crawford where he coming from for, all right, motherfucker, you sounded like you just the big dog over me like I ain't no motherfucker. You feel me? But at the end of the day, when you come to the business sense of the shit, Crawford, you gotta just say fuck it, dog, and accept the 60-40, you know, and let this shit play out. Let it play out. You know, because I'm getting tired of cats out here talking about, oh, Earl don't want to fight him, he don't want to do this when he got a whole fucking offer on the table. You know what I mean? He got a whole offer on the table. You know, and if Bud stayed saying, I don't want the offer, it's going to be 50-50, then of course the motherfucker going to be like, well, all right, you're not going to get no fucking 50-50. You know what I'm saying? People talking about, oh, the fights don't get made over this, it don't get made. Well, if you say you accept the 60-40, bro, that's saying, okay, when we come to the table and we put that 60-40 on the table, then you accept that shit. You know what I mean? And I just want Bud, man, you know, let that fucking ego go, dog. Let it go, man, because that shit is gonna fuck up the fight. You know, now, you know, I got confirmation that Bud saying that he done. Like, he don't want no part of Earl. He finished that chapter closed in his life. He don't give a fuck. He don't want to fight, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So that bullshit right there, like, come on, bro. Come on. You can't give up. Keith said this multiple times. You can't give up on the Errol Spence fight if you haven't gave up on the Manny Pacquiao fight. You know what I'm saying? If you've been chasing Manny Pacquiao for almost fucking, what, 6 years, and Earl only been realistically for like really 1 year, like realistically of the fight happening, only 1 fucking year, then you can't just say you give up on the fight, bro. You know what I mean? You ain't holding your manager, you ain't holding your promoter accountable for shit. When he out here telling you he fucking up fights for you, and he don't want to pay nobody no money, shits like that. But you want to get pissed off at Errol Spence for wanting what he deserved. You know, now like I say, it don't matter how a motherfucker come off. You gotta let that shit go. You got, okay, this nigga trying to act like he the big dog. I'm gonna beat the fuck out this nigga. Okay, motherfucker, I'm gonna accept the 60-40. And when I get your ass in the ring, I'm gonna fuck your ass up. You know what I mean? Because Team Crawford, they just so assured that he gonna beat Earl ass in 5 rounds and knock him out. He pissed off. He gonna do this to him and do that to him. Well, accept the 60-40. Accept it. You feel me? Accept the shit. You know what I mean? Especially if they the one giving the offer. Bob Earl not offering Earl Spence nothing. Nothing. Never came out said, well, we sent them an offer for 30 million, or we sent them an offer for this. You ain't send them an offer for nothing, bro. Nothing. They the ones sending out the offers. You feel me? So it's a no-brainer, bro. It's a no-brainer. You feel me? It's a no-brainer. But I would like to see Bud and Porter, right? I want to see that fight. I like that fight. I think it's a hell of a fight. Hell of a fight, bro. I do think Bud win that fight. You know what I'm saying? I think Bud, if he box Porter, I think Bud beat him easy 9-3, 8-4. If he go out there and box, use his legs, I think he beat him easy. But if he sit up there and bang with Porter, I think he give Porter a shot to win that shit. You know what I mean? He give Porter a chance to win that shit. I really believe Bud is going to try to box his ass. You know what I'm saying? Get on his ass. Man, my man, or get on his ass, you know what I'm saying, and box him. You feel me? So at the end of the day, dog, it's a fight that we need for boxing, man. It's a fight for Bud legacy. You know what I'm saying? Bud, that's the fight. Like, of course, like Trevion asked the question yesterday, if Bud was to retire right now, is he a Hall of Famer? Hell yeah, he a Hall of Famer. Fuck yeah, hands down like 630. Nobody can deny that shit. Nobody can deny that. And if you do say Bud ain't a Hall of Famer, you don't know boxing, he's just a stupid motherfucker. But yes, he's a Hall of Famer. But Bud said out his own mouth, I think it was called Relentless, I think, if I'm not mistaken. You know, he said out his own mouth that he haven't had that fight to you know, to catapult him to that legacy status. You know what I'm saying? He said he haven't had that fight like Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy Hitman Hearn or Marvin Hagler and things of that nature, like the big dogs back in the days. No, that's out of Bud mouth, not mine. That's out of his mouth. We know Bud is maxing out at 147. If you go to 154, it's going to be it got to be the perfect fight for him at 154 to fight a champion up there. You know what I'm saying? So we know Bud might max out at 147, bro. And these PBC boys are them key pieces to his legacy. They are the key pieces to his legacy. And I want to see him get those fights. I want to see him get those fights. I think he deserves the fights. You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna sit up here and say Bud don't deserve those fights. I want to see him get those fights. Because he is a bad motherfucker. Skill-wise, like I say, he arguably the most skillful motherfucker in boxing. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see him get those fights and mix and match them with them top fuckers over at PBC, bro, to see where your skill set stand with their skill set. You know what I mean? And people, you got a lot of people out here saying, oh, he finna knock out Sean Porter, or what y'all gonna say about this shit? And then when you say, I don't think he finna knock out no Sean Porter, motherfucker gonna call me a hater. oh man, you hating on Bud and this that. I'm like, how the fuck am I hating on Bud and I got Bud winning the fight, but I don't think he gonna knock out Sean Porter. You know what I'm saying? But I just want the fight. I want him to get those fights because I think he beat everybody at 147 besides Errol Spence. Just me. You know what I'm saying? I think he beat everybody at 147 besides Errol Spence. Not saying it's gonna be easy, you know, but I think Bud do find a way, and that motherfucker is that talented and he that determined. You feel me? But with Errol Spence, I just think that motherfucker is just determined as Bud. And to me, I just feel like Earl got that a little more grit than Bud when it comes down to fighting. When it comes down to fight, I think Earl just a little more solid. He's a little more solid, bro, and that's what's gonna win him the fight to me. But Bud, take the Sean Porter fight, bro. Take the Sean Porter fight. And look, if you knock Sean Porter out, bro, if he knocks Sean Porter out, Lord have mercy, bro. That's a big ass statement. And can't nobody say shit, but his stock rises, and that 60-40, that shit do probably become 55 shit 45. You know what I'm saying? If he go out there and knock Sean Porter the fuck out, bro, I will be surprised and shocked. Surprised and shocked because I didn't take Earl to knock out Sean Porter. I took Earl to win by decision, giving him a shot to knock out Sean Porter. You know what I mean? I want foolish enough to just say, man, Earl Spence finna knock Sean Porter the fuck out. He finna do this. You know, I did say Earl was gonna beat him 8-4, and he beat him 8-4, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? He beat him 8-4. But I'm not finna say just Terrance Bud finna go in there and knock out no Sean Porter. Hell no. These one motherfucker had the nerve to say Sean Porter ain't even ready for Terrance Bud Crawford. I say, come on, bro. You know Sean Porter resume. Win, lose, or draw. He gave every motherfucker a tough fight. Everybody a tough fight. You feel me? So I like the Bud and the Porter fight, man. I want that shit to take place. If we don't get Earl and Bud. But my question is, what do Earl ass go if you don't get Manny Pacquiao? You know what I'm saying? You got two scraps. Would they make you fight the mandatory to the IBF, which is a no damn body? He gonna smoke his ass out the pot. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be interesting, man, in the future. You feel me? But I'm standing on my square, bro. If Earl don't get Pacquiao, if Bud don't get Pacquiao, I'm pushing for both of them to fight each other. But if Bud got to fight Sean Porter, that's still a great fucking fight that I'm not gonna be pissed off at, and I'm gonna be looking at Errol Spence to see who the fuck you fight next. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're going on pay-per-view, you got to fight somebody with some substance, bro. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? A pay-per-view fight with the mandatory or the IBF, that ain't no damn body. That ain't nobody. So you got to fight somebody with some substance. You got to look at Ubers, but I would really love for him to consider fucking Keith Thurman, bro, if it ain't no Bud or no Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? That's the person that's right there. Exactly, John. That's the person that's right there, man. They got that credibility where you can go on pay-per-view and you can make some noise with his ass. And it's gonna be, to me, it's gonna be competitive as fuck for the first 6 rounds. If you don't get him out of there in the first 6, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be competitive as fuck. And Thurman gonna get Earl as a run for his money in that first 6 rounds. You know what I'm saying? And if Thurman can't hurt him or do something special in that first 6, Earl gonna walk his ass down and you gonna end up stopping Keith Thurman around the 9th or the 10th round. To me, gonna end up stopping his ass around the 9th or the 10th round, bro. But I just want Earl to look into that fight, man, and keep that shit on the table. And not saying Keith Thurman will never get a fight because, like I say, bro, it ain't that just you the top dog at the division. You know, you got to fight the best that's out there. But if you want to go on pay-per-view, and if you want people to press that button and give you their hard-earned money, bro. And that's just the hardcore facts that I believe in. You know, what's your thoughts on the key?
Man, I feel like this. Look, and I'm gonna talk about it from both standpoints, from Earl's standpoint and Crawford's standpoint. But first of all, you know, Terrance Crawford is 60-40 is more than fair. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about 60-40, that's more than fair, right? But this is the thing though, right? If Errol Spence or Terrance Crawford don't get a Manny Pacquiao fight, right? If neither one of them can get a Manny Pacquiao fight, and then you look at Errol Spence, right? If he can't get a Canelo fight with that, which he can't, right? He can't get a Canelo fight because Canelo said that he's not focused on that right now because he focused on 168 pounds, right? So that's out the window, right? Now it comes down to if either one of them could get a Manny Pacquiao fight. If neither one of them can get a Manny Pacquiao fight, to me, they need to fight each other because Errol Spence, right? He's saying that he don't want to fight Keith Thurman. Fuck Keith Thurman, right?
Yeah.
So Keith Thurman off the table, right? So, and then we know that him and Sean Porter ain't gonna fight because Sean Porter is looking at Terrance Crawford. He's saying he don't want to fight Errol right now, right? So all of them is off the table. Those are all big money fights. All of the big money fights are off the table for both fighters, right? If we look at it at that standpoint, then I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, these guys are both of these fighters, Errol Spence and Terrance Crawford. The most money that they gonna fight with all of those other fights off the table, the most money that they gonna make is with each other.
Mm-hmm.
So why are at that point, why are we arguing over a split? So I look at it like this, right? If now is all you got to talk about is a competitive standpoint. If you're a real competitor, right? And you know that if you fight each other, that's the most money that you're able to make. Now we can't talk about, oh, well, boxing is a business now and it's about money. Because if you fight each other, that's the most money that you're going to make. So if Terrance Crawford is saying, nah, I'm not taking nothing but 50-50, right? I'm not taking nothing but 50-50, right? And he's sticking to that. Well, as a competitor, if I'm Errol Spence, I say, I know this motherfucker don't deserve nothing more than 60-40 at the very most. But you know what? I'm also smart. I'm also smart businessman because I know I can beat him, right? And this I'm speaking from if I'm EJ, right? I know I can beat him. So what I'm gonna do is, you know what? I'll offer you I'll offer you 55 45 split. I'll offer you a 55-45 split because I know that that's still more money that I'm gonna make with anybody right now that's available for me to fight, right? Since he want to cry and act like, you know what I'm saying, let me call his bluff and let me offer him a 55-45 split just because I know. So do that, you know what I'm saying? They have to come to the table and negotiate something with each other. They have to. If those other fights ain't out there, right? And then as for Terrance Crawford, it's the same thing. Like you know that even if Errol Spence offer you a 60-40 split, right? Who else, right? Are you gonna fight to make more than that? Nobody. That's the most money you gonna make. So we can look at it at from two different standpoints on both ends. However you want to look at it, however you want to break it down the middle, they need to fight each other. You feel me? They need to fight each other. It ain't no excuse for them not to be fighting each other when it comes down, when you break it down like that, right? So if it comes to that, to where Manny Pacquiao ain't gonna fight neither one of them, it's no excuse for them not to fight each other. Because if you look at it and say, oh well, Errol Spence, he has a mandatory. Well, that fight can trump the mandatory. So however you want to look at it, it's no excuse. They need to fight each other because fighting each other is the most money that they can make on both ends. Both ends. So I mean, make that shit make sense to me. Why are y'all not fighting if fighting each other is the most money that y'all can make? So a 60-40 split, a split, whatever it may be, it should be no argument, you know. But like I said, Errol Spence is the A side, right? So they the ones that's gonna make the offer. You know what I'm saying? That's clear. They the ones that's gonna have to make the offer. So once you weigh in all those factors, if you really want to fight, and this is for both men, if you really want to fight, Errol Spence, shit, send him that 60-40 offer. Send it to him. If he's saying nah, they don't want to take that, well then it's their part on Top Rank to try to negotiate a 55-45 offer, something like that. I don't have no problem. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no problem with it because, like I said, I don't think that Terrance Crawford deserves more than 60-40, right? If you look at,
Yeah.
if you look at the numbers and all that, but at the end of the day, that don't matter because even if give him a 55-45 split or whatever, shit, even if you give him that, right? It's still more money that it's still the most money that both of y'all can make. Period. Fighting anybody that's available. So that's just how I feel about the situation. And then as far as Sean Porter and Terrance Crawford, you know, shit. If you're not gonna fight Errol Spence, if Terrance Crawford's not gonna fight Errol Spence, well then he gotta fight Sean Porter. You feel me? They gotta get that done. If he's not gonna fight Errol Spence or Manny Pacquiao, then so it ain't no way out. It ain't no way out because you still gotta fight Sean Porter. It should be no excuses, nothing. You gotta fight Sean Porter. Then then you go fight the Sean Porter fight. If y'all can't get the Errol Spence fight done, and I don't think nobody can complain about that. That's a great fight. You talking about that they gonna dust Sean Porter off and knock him out and all of that shit. Well, show me. Go fight Sean Porter and show me then, right? And if you fight Sean Porter and you dust Sean Porter off or knock him out or even beat Sean Porter, no matter how you beat him, the Errol Spence fight is even that much bigger then, right?
That's what I said.
It's even that much bigger then, right? Now, as far as is Errol Spence, is for some reason you can't get a Terrance Crawford fight done, right? We already know that you're not fighting Sean Porter next because Sean Porter's not interested in it right now, right? And then you can't get a Manny Pacquiao fight to take place, right? Well, you don't have no excuse but to fucking go and fight Keith Thurman. Fuck all of that. Fuck all of that. Oh, well, fuck Keith Thurman. He ain't getting no. That's your next biggest fight that's out there right now, right? That's the next biggest fight for you. So if boxing is a business and it's about money, right? To both of these guys, don't just play that role when it's when it's a fighter, when it's in your favor. No, well, boxing is a business and about money. Well, Keith Thurman is your next biggest fight in that situation, and Terrance and Sean Porter is Terrance Crawford's next biggest fight in that situation. If we get those two fights, right? This is how boxing is supposed to work. You can't make the biggest fight between them two happen. If we get those two fights, both of those go, you go fight Keith Thurman and he go fight Sean Porter. Now, do you know how big if they both come out winners, right? They both look good and beat both of those and do it within the same month or a month apart, whatever, close to each other. Do you know how big now that fight is a mega fight? The Terrance Crawford and Errol Spence. That fight is the biggest fight in boxing with no argument if they go do that. So if boxing is a business and it's about the money, go do that and stick to your word and show that it's really about the business and about the money. So let's go. Let's do it then. So it's what however you wanna play, however you want to talk about this, whatever route you want to take when we argue about this and debate about this and talk about this, at the end of the day, right? That's what it all comes down to.
Facts, bro.
Make it make sense and make it bigger than what it already is. But you gotta, but you still gotta fight tough competition if you're not getting in the ring with each other. We don't want to see neither one of y'all, if you're not fighting Pacquiao, right, next, we don't want to see y'all fight no opponent that ain't named Keith Thurman or Sean Porter. That's how I feel about it.
I agree 120%, bro. 120%. Those are the worthy names. Those are the top dogs of the division. And where y'all at, EJ, you got 2 scraps. You on pay-per-view, dog. And you know that you want that 4th fight to be on pay-per-view as well. That'll be a quality opponent, homie. A quality opponent. You feel me? Know you my Negro. I ride for you like no other champ. But at the end of the day, you got to keep it going. You know what I'm saying? He have been keeping it going. That's what you got to give him credit on as well. He have been keeping it going with Mikey, Sean, and Danny. So I ain't knocking this shit at all.
Right. He has.
But with Bud saying either Errol or Pacquiao for 50-50 like Bud, you're not, Errol not even getting no fucking 50-50 against Manny Pacquiao. Let's just keep it real. Errol, he got 2 scraps. He not getting no 50-50 with Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? So if he comes to the table, you got to know it ain't 50-50 with Pac-Man, dog. It ain't. You know what I'm saying? So it's just got to be real about the situation, man. They got to put them fucking egos to the side. You know what I mean? But like I say, coming from their perspective, nobody's trying to cut their slice of the path for nobody else if you think you deserve something. And like we've been saying, bro, Earl Spence deserved a 60-40. He deserved a 60-40. And that's the only problem I got with this situation. You
Hey,
got
money,
Bud. Yeah,
money. I don't mean to interrupt you. I'm a still be listening to you, but I got to get up off of here because I gotta head out.
no doubt,
But
no doubt. My last
yeah,
point as
yes,
well.
sir. Appreciate everybody in the chat.
No doubt,
Go
bro. No
ahead.
doubt. No doubt. Yeah, but with Bud, like, bro, when people be like, oh, Bud gonna beat Earl ass and do this, I got no problem with it, bro. Like I say, to me, I got it a 50-50 fight. You know what I'm saying? If you want to say it's 50-50 inside the ring, I agree. I agree. I see what Bud can do to win that fight. I see what Earl can do to win that fight. I don't knock nobody on that shit. But when we talking about business side of the situation, I think the dude deserves the 60%, man. I think he deserves 60% just in the numbers. People always like to say numbers don't lie. When we look at the numbers, it's not close. It's not close, bro. And that's the only problem I got with the Bud fans, because I'm a Bud fan, my motherfucker self. But the ones who want to get pissed off at the people for saying, oh, Earl deserves 60-40 and things of that nature. Look, bro, real is real. Real is real, dog. You know what I mean? And like I said, I know Bud don't want to feel like he getting, oh, you trying to look man me or you trying to act like you the big dog, shit like that and all that, bro. You gotta let that shit go and get your fucking money for your family, dog. You feel me? You just had another little girl too, man. It's time to start racking up all the money you can, dog. You solidified as a fucking Hall of Fame fighter already. That's solidified. Now it's time for you to solidify that fucking bank account. And I know you good with the M's, but you can never have enough money, dog. And we got Earl Spencer, and that's your biggest payday, and that fight can get you upwork to 15 to 20 million, dog. Man, I'll be jumping on that motherfucker like hotcakes. You feel me? Like hotcakes, bro. I will not be passing up that paper, dog, at all, at all. But I ride for Earl, I ride for Bud, man. I want to see them dudes come together, figure out a solution to make this fucking fight happen, dog. We need this fight in 2021. We don't need it in no 2022, no 2023, knowing EJ on his way up to fucking 54. Like I say, Bud go max out at 47, dog. So we got to come up with some type of solution for you motherfuckers to grace that ring with each other and give us one of the best fights I think the world will ever see. Because that shit gonna be a classic. That's gonna be a classic, bro. Bud and Earl, they go fight. They asses go fight. And it's gonna have people split. It's gonna bring out the community. It's gonna, man, that shit's gonna be hot, bro. I think that's the biggest fight in boxing. You know what I'm saying? I thought Wilder and AJ was the biggest fight, and to me it was. You know, I know Fury and AJ is big as well, but to me, Bud and Earl is the biggest fight in boxing right now. I think it's the hottest thing on the market, especially if they put it together. You know what I'm saying? If they put it together, then that shit gonna be big time, dog. Shouts out to my brother Chatter Boxing that just jumped in. He said they need to sort that out behind closed doors. They both need each other. Yeah, Shayna, but for them to want to be great, yeah, yeah. Ray Jackson say, especially if Spence and Bud was to stop Porter and Thurman, their fight against each other would be do big. I mean, it don't even have to stop them, right? They just got to beat them. Think about it. You put Bud and Porter on pay per view because you can do that. You can put Bud and Porter on pay per view. Bud numbers gonna be better than any numbers that he ever had. You know what I'm saying? Earl and Spence, Spence and Thurman go on pay per view. As long as they win in impressive fashion, bro, where there's no controversy or no bullshit like that, you feel me? They just be two top dogs at the division. They just be two top dogs at the division, bro. You feel me? And because look, I always thought that fight was gonna play out, y'all. Somebody just sent some. D-Lo, thank you so much for the donation, child. Much love, much appreciated, fam. I always thought the fight was gonna play out. Just me myself. I thought Bud was gonna beat Manny Pacquiao, right? Because I thought Bob was gonna do what he had to do to get Bud Manny Pacquiao. I thought Earl was gonna beat Keith Thurman, and I thought that's how they was gonna match up. You feel me? It could have been no bigger than that situation right there. Earl Spence beating Keith Thurman, Bud Crawford beating Manny Pacquiao, and them dudes meeting up for the big fight at 147, bro. That shit would have been special because I still think Bud and Earl beat Manny Pacquiao. You know what I mean? Bob Arum knew Bud was gonna beat Manny Pacquiao, but he wanted that fucking Floyd Mayweather check because he thought that part 2 was coming along, and that shit wasn't happening. You know what I'm saying? Floyd said it 1,000 times, that shit wasn't happening, bro. You know, but he still tried to assist and try to wait around. Even Manny Pacquiao thought the fight was gonna come back to fruition, but that shit never happened. And Manny got stuck over here on fucking PBC side with these young killers. And to me, you know, I think Manny will fight them boys. He just want his money. You know what I'm saying? He want his money. Man, Keon was talking about this shit. I still believe this, and I'm gonna get up off this. I still feel like Manny Pacquiao make his biggest payday with Errol Spence and not Conor McGregor. You know what I'm saying? With Errol Spence and not Conor McGregor. Because I think people not gonna be duped out their money 2 times in a row with Conor and Manny Pacquiao like they did with Conor and Floyd Mayweather, bro. Just my opinion, though. But we need to come with a solution to get Errol and Bud as in the ring because we need that fight for boxing, bro. And it'll be one hell of a fight, you know what I mean, that we all can enjoy. And if it happen, I'm in the building ASAP. I'm in a goddamn building, you feel me? We need that fight for boxing, man. But I appreciate everybody for rocking with me, man. Thank everybody that came through showing love. Thank everybody who donated and showed love. It's much appreciated, man. We will be back tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. I'll be back on Monday, y'all. I might come on tomorrow at 8. Now, we got boxing tonight. There's some little boxing on Fox tonight, so y'all check out the fights tonight on boxing. Gary Antoine fight tonight. You know, Gary Russell, little brother. So it's a few little fights. Ain't the biggest names, but we still got some fights going down. You feel me? But if I don't be back tomorrow, fam, I will be back on at my usual time on the weekdays at 8 p.m. You know, so y'all fuck with your boy, man. I appreciate everybody for coming through, showing love. Y'all have a good one out there. We got the few more days before for the New Year's. So just much love to y'all, man. Y'all be safe. Stay corona free. And y'all know what it is. It's your boy Money. It's the NSBC movement. Ain't nobody safe in these streets. Hit them thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. You want to donate, OG Money on Cash App. TreyAfter52@gmail.com on PayPal. If you can't, just tell a friend, hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share the video. And y'all know how I get down, man. Big dog status, man. Shouts out to the LDBC. They're my brothers. Peace out, fam.